This is Grayson County Cougar football on K105. Tonight's Cougar football contest is sponsored by Future Designs Building Materials, Midway Pharmacy, Owensboro Health, Twin Lakes Medical Center, Scotty's Contracting, and Stone, Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, Your Global Getaway, and by Grayson County Schools.
Homecoming, a night of tradition, a night where the lights shine brighter and the crowd roars louder. Tonight, Cougar Stadium becomes the stage for a rivalry renewed. The Grayson County Cougars and the Butler County Bears. The Bears arrive unbeaten, perfect through 3 weeks. The Cougars, hungry to protect their home and extend their streak in this series. For Grayson County, it's more than a game. It's pride, it's history, it's homecoming. This is Friday Night Football at Cougar Stadium. And a good evening and welcome inside the broadcast booth for tonight's coverage of Cougar football on K105. Alongside the former Cougar lineman, John Decker, I'm Sam Gormley. John, great to have you back here this week. For Grayson County, bounce back has got to be the mindset. With district play coming up next week, you don't want to go in on a 3-game losing streak.
Definitely not. You had to do some real soul searching this week. Dig down deep and see who's ready for district play.
And you look at two teams really going in opposite directions. Grayson County has lost 2 in a row. On the other side, you're welcoming in a Butler County team that is feeling probably pretty good about themselves at 3-0, especially if they're going with only 1 win a year ago.
Yeah, big improvement from the last couple of years from Butler County, so I'm sure they're coming in on a high. And this probably matches close to our season loss last year record already. Well, how many did we have, 2 or 3 last year?
3.
So, yeah, we're almost there. So, two teams going different directions, so we got to dig deep and get focused.
Let's dive into this matchup here today for Grayson County and Butler County. We mentioned the Cougars 1-2. They lost last week 24-7. They've lost consecutive games for the first time since 2022. They're looking to avoid 3 straight home losses. That hasn't happened since 2017. Butler County on the other side, 3-0 after wins against Breck, Ohio, and Todd. If you want to know something, though, those teams are combined 1-8. Bears are off to their best start since 2022. Coming up on the Locker Room Show, brought to you by our friends at Hometown Hangout. Make sure to stop by and see them before, during, and after every game. We will break down both of these teams. We'll talk to the head coach, Brian Jones. We'll have Decker's details. That comes up and more right here on K105.
When you give blood, you give life. And when you give life, you change lives. Make a life-saving impact by donating blood with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, your hometown partner. As the sole supplier of blood products needed in Grayson County, your donation ensures a stable and adequate blood supply for you, your family, friends, and your neighbors. You are the hero when you give. Feel the power of community and compassion in every drop. Give life and change lives with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center. Life is on the line.
Paying for your student's college can feel overwhelming. Scholarships and grants help, but they might not cover everything. That's where the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan comes in. With competitive low interest rates and no application, late, or other fees, the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan offers a smooth and affordable solution. Owned and managed by a state-based nonprofit lender, we're committed to helping families like yours. Apply today and take the next step in supporting their dreams. Visit KentuckyAdvantageLoan.com or call 800-988-6333 to learn more.
I crave adventures that spark joy and create memories. Sailing the seas with Royal Caribbean or exploring the magic of Disney parks. And with your global getaway, my dreams are expertly crafted. From all-inclusive Caribbean resorts to tailor-made itineraries, Mark turns wanderlust into reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary?
Your Global Getaway. Expertise in unforgettable vacations. Call Mark at 270-296-0106 or visit yourglobalgetaway.com. Start living your travel dreams today.
Yes, start living your travel dreams today.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Leitchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. The Cougars and Butler County about ready to get underway as we're just about 25 minutes from getting underway. For Butler County, Brody Dockery is their starting quarterback. They enter with a 3-0 record. This is a freshman. This season, John, he's been really good. 26 of 35, 357 yards, 7 touchdowns, only the 1 interception. But Caden Richardson, when you walked in here, he was the first name you mentioned.
Yes, he was.
45 carries for 503 yards. He's a sophomore, and he's quick, and he's going to be a problem for Grayson County tonight if they don't shut him down early.
Oh, they're going to have to clog up that middle and keep contained on that outside and just shut him down. They do have 2 good backs, though.
Kevin Robbins is the other guy. Coach's son, 30 attempts for 273 yards, team high 5 touchdowns. He's the guy that they're going to give it to when you get close to the goal line. He is their Ethan Mudd, whereas Caden Richardson is more of Grayson County's Caden Hanshaw. Not a perfect comparison, but at least
it's close, yes.
To give you the idea. Now, to pass the ball, Carson Davis, that's the name you're going to need to know. They're going to give it to him, and then after they give it to him, John, they're going to give it to him a little bit more, and then after that, they're going to give it to him just a little bit more. He's caught half of their total passes this season, 13 grabs for just about 250 yards and 2 touchdowns. Caden Richardson out of the backfield has caught 4 for 38. Robbins out of the backfield, 3 for 18. Drake Bratcher and Jet Johnson will also catch passes. Kanan Vincent, who has a couple of catches this season, he will not play tonight. He is out for tonight's game for the Bears. Butler County offensively, averaging about 41 points a game. They scored at least 28 in their first 3. Defensively, it's gotten better progressively. 30 in game 1, 19 in game 2, 0 last week. 88 on the ground, 146 through the air. Grayson County, well, we got some injury news to bring you. We'll tell you about that coming up next, as this is Cougar Football on K105.
Hi, I'm Bob with Hometown Hangout Sports Pub and Grill. You might have noticed we don't have fancy decor or celebrity chefs. It's true, we've ignored the trend of upscale dining and extravagant renovations. That gets pretty expensive, And in the end, it's the customer who pays for those upgrades. Not at Hometown Hangout. Our guests come to us for one thing, to have a great time. Whether you're with the family, the whole team, or just friends, you'll love our fun atmosphere, exciting games, and great food. Hometown Hangout on West White Oak. See you after the game.
Okay, time to see if I got it.
Yes!
It is my honor to welcome you to the class of 2029. See you, teachers! Congratulations and welcome to the Big Blue Nation! Everyone deserves a bright future. Find your future at futurity.org.
When garbage is thrown on the ground, tossed out a car window, illegally dumped, or poured down storm drains, it all ends up in our streams and lakes. Which means that pretty soon we'll be reeling in more trash than fish. Do your part to keep our new Kentucky home clean. Thanks, Team Kentucky.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Cougar Football on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. Cougars and Bears. A little over 20 minutes away from getting underway here tonight. Sam and John with you. And John, I'm sure everyone, they've just been like, hey, Sam, can you just give us the news that we've been waiting on?
Exactly.
Is it the most famous ankle in Grayson County right now?
I guarantee it is. I mean, even I texted you 2 days ago. Have you heard anything?
You did, and it's amazing the amount of text messages I get. It's starting on Tuesday. I was getting you messages from this guy, that guy. Caden Hanshaw, how is he? How is he? How is he? Well, should we make him wait a little bit longer?
We may ought to.
Caden Hanshaw will play tonight. He's going to play offense, not expected to play defense. I don't think, from what it sounds like, he will have a full load on offense, though, tonight. They're going to kind of work him back in and hope, because next week when you open up district play, it's where it matters a little bit more. Caden Hanshaw, though, against Butler County, he's been pretty darn good against the Bears. You look at it, John, in his 2 career games against Butler County, he has 450 yards and 6 touchdowns.
That's good. I mean, that's a season for a lot of high school kids.
Yes, and that's 2 games. So I think Butler County, when they're seeing number 3 out there in uniform, they're probably thinking, man, can you not just have one more week? One more week. But that's going to help out this offense, who, without Caden Hanshaw, has scored 7 points, because they scored the 7 points when he was on the field against Anderson County. So in about 7 quarters, you scored 7 points without him. They need him in this offense.
Got to have him. It opens up the offense for other players, too. So if he gets a couple good runs tonight, look at Ethan Mudd. He will probably open the field up for him. Jamison Buster.
You took the name right out of my mouth there. Jamison Buster, 9 carries, 56 yards. He had the 51-yard catch as well last week. He's the guy that you just got to get him the ball in space.
Exactly. Get him outside, get him in open space one-on-one. I'll take his speed over anyone.
It's like Lynn Bowden at Kentucky, just a guy who is an elite athlete. Find a way to get him the ball, and he is going to make good things happen when he touches it. The defense has not been up to Kevin Embry's standards, which are high, but they've not been even close. No. And it's been the C word that has been the biggest issue right now. And what's that word for Kevin Embry?
Keep contain. Keep contain.
And the contain hasn't been there. For Grayson, it starts on the edge.
Yes.
You played for Kevin Embry. How does that defensive line get better tonight?
Oh man, they've got to make sure they keep everything bottled up in the middle. Don't let this speed get outside, because they've got a couple guys with some wheels. Got to keep it bottled up in the middle.
Grayson County is coached by Brian Jones. We'll take a break, talk to him, get his thoughts on the matchup after this, as Grayson County and Butler County are getting closer to getting underway, as this is Cougar football on K105.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call State Farm agent Duda Hudson in Leitchfield today.
It's Kyle's last spin on his turntable.
Yeah.
And the first day of Kira's new career in IT. When you donate to Goodwill, you help provide skills training and career placement. And the things you loved start a new life too.
When I grow up, I want to be a ballerina.
Because dancing makes me happy. I get to entertain people, and nothing makes me feel more like me.
PI impacts millions of children's lives. Early and accurate diagnosis and treatment gives children like Olivia a chance to achieve their dreams.
It takes a great team to put on a show. It also takes a great team of caring people to keep a dream alive. And now my dreams are coming true.
For more information, visit our website at info4pi.org.
In small towns, we share everything. Our joys, our struggles, our celebrations. Today, Grayson County shares something special. The hospital where we were born, where we bring our families, where our neighbors care for us, is one of America's top 100 rural hospitals. This is our achievement. This is our hospital. This is home. Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center. Top 100 care, hometown heart.
For each life moment, your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. Your kids may be eligible now, even if you've applied before. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Get started now at insurekidsnow.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
Welcome back to the Locker Room Show here on K105. Sam Gormley joined now by Coach Jones from the Grayson County Cougars. Coach, last week against McLean, you were as, I don't know if disappointed is the right word, but probably as disappointed after a game as I've seen you in a while. Did that carry over when you watched it on film?
Yeah, I think, just 2 weeks in a row, I just didn't like being out-physicaled. And, because I've talked about for years, I think a big part of our program is building these boys into young men. And there's something to be said about the combat of the game. And so we have placed a little bit of an emphasis on the one-on-one battles that are going on every play. ultimately those one-on-one battles, the combinations of all of those throughout a game, is the war. And so that's just I just haven't really loved our style of play, I guess. We've always kind of hung our hat on being able to line up and run the football. And for 2 weeks in a row now, we're right around 300 total yards in those 2 games combined. And me being on the offensive side of the ball and calling the offense, that's frustrating. That's tough. And you're just constantly pulling at straws, trying to figure out what's going to click with this group. And so, just keep working, keep battling, keep trying to get better, and hopefully this week, we'll see some fruits of the labor.
It is amazing how you always talk about my next question quite often when we do this, because physicality was the next thing that I was going to go to. Is that something you can coach somebody to become more physical, or is that just something that's got to come from within from them?
No, I think you can bring some of that out in some people, but there are a lot that either have it or don't. But I do think that you can do some drills that I guess force or put people in situations where you have to be physical and things like that. And I think the repetitiveness of that and going through it and getting accustomed to it, because I've said many times, there's a lot about football that's not natural. It's not human nature to run as hard as you can into somebody else who's running as hard as they can, and you get this big collision. That's not people's natural instinct to do that. And so I do think that some of those aspects can be trained, especially I think when you get into technique and doing things the right way so that it doesn't hurt as much and those kind of things. And I talked to several guys last week about, we stop on contact and allow the other person to deliver the blow, and those are oftentimes the ones that hurt the worst when you're taking the hit. And so, we talked about being the person that delivers the blow and different things like that, and accelerating through contact and just trying to improve upon technique and fundamentals of the physicality part of the game. And I think some of those things can help, because I think once they learn how to do it where it's not, hurting or feels awkward and different things like that, I think they become more accustomed to being willing to do some of those things. So yes and no. I think you can get better at it. I think you can become more accustomed to it. But very rarely have I seen somebody that's come out and that's just not really liked physicality, that, all of a sudden they're, just a physical specimen that wants to get into those situations. So usually you're on one side of it or the other. But I do think you can train to be better at it.
We talked about it during our broadcast, then you also mentioned it during your post-game last week. To me, one of the biggest differences in the game was tackling last week. McLean made the tackles, you all didn't.
Yep.
How does tackling get better?
Work at it. We've did some drills this week. I didn't think we've blocked well in space, whether that's our skill guys on the perimeter or whether it's our linemen moving up the field to block linebackers or DBs and those kind of things. So, we've put the players in space this week and made them tackle in space, made them block in space, and did some drills that really tried to put them in positions where we haven't been successful, in hopes of improving upon those things. Tackling is definitely something that you can get better at with reps. But again, I think a lot of those came down to we would get there and stop on contact, and they're running through the contact, and so they're breaking our tackles. And we've got to accelerate through contact and run through it and different things like that so that we can maintain the tackle, because we've had a lot of tackles broken over the last few weeks. And again, I think it's because we become stationary and we're trying to tackle a moving target, and that's difficult to do.
What do you see from Butler County on film?
They got a lot of guys defensively I know back from last year's team, and they're physical. They've got size. They've got athleticism. They're 3-0, and have found ways to score and move the ball in multiple ways. And so we're going to have a broad spectrum of players that do well and are successful tonight, whether that's up front, blocking, or from the D-line penetrating and controlling our gaps, whether it's our skill guys with runs and blocks and tackles and different things like that, coverages in the secondary. It's going to be a whole group effort tonight because, I think they're pretty good at all of it. And so, I'll be honest, I'm not a huge fan of the homecoming game because you're just giving somebody fuel to their fire, but somebody's got to be it. And, and so they're going to come in here with a chip on their shoulder and feeling good about themselves being 3-0. And we've not been on the right side of those the last couple of weeks. So we got to be locked in from the get-go and hopefully jump out on them and keep the pedal to the metal.
I'm a firm believer in the line of the most important game of the season is the next game of the season, but I think it's no secret. This is a really important one for you all before you got some monster district games coming up starting next week. How do you get back on track and get that win tonight?
Well, we've got to be better at moving the football. I think 2 weeks ago we had 160 yards roughly offense and 7 points. Last week I think it was 130 roughly yards and 7 points. And you're not going to win a whole lot of football games if you can't move the ball and score points. The other thing is we've not forced very many turnovers this season. So we're on the wrong side of the field position battle. We're on the wrong side of the time possession battle. We're on the wrong side of the turnover battle. And we got to get on the right side of those things this game. And if you can be on the right side of those things, a lot of times that ends up in W's. And so we've been on the wrong side of a lot of those statistics, and tonight we need to get on the right side of them.
Coach, good luck. More comes up on the Locker Room Show, brought to you by Hometown Hangout after this.
Smith Overhead Door isn't just about opening and closing. We're about safety, security, and style for your home or business. As a Future Designs company, we're lifting expectations across Grayson and surrounding counties with top brands like CHI and Chamberlain.
Hey there, I'm Kevin Brooks with Smith Overhead Door. Whether it's a sturdy LiftMeister for your garage or a sleek Clopay door for your shop, we install and service with a commitment to reliability. Smith Overhead Door, we're opening up possibilities.
Secure your entrance at SOHD.info.
Across Kentucky, treatment providers, state and local governments, and nonprofit organizations are working together to support your pathway to long-term recovery. These providers and communities of recovery will walk alongside you and help you find your recovery journey. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, the KY Help Call Center can connect you with resources right now when you call 833-8KY-HELP. You can also visit findhelpnowky.org to find treatment options near you.
Midway Pharmacy is your trusted local partner in health and wellness, offering free delivery so you never have to worry about picking up your medications. The friendly staff knows you by name and is always ready to assist you. Living and raising our families in the same community, they understand your needs. With a wide range of services and personalized care, Midway Pharmacy is here to make your life easier and healthier. Visit or call any countywide location today of Midway Pharmacy.
Cougar football on K105.
Grayson County and Butler County, a nice rivalry matchup. I'm surprised John this one doesn't have a name. We got the Tobacco Bowl. This game, it'll be the 39th all-time meeting between these two teams, and it's time now for Decker's Details. How do the Cougs pick up a win tonight?
First off, they got to slow down Caden Richardson. He's averaging over 160 yards a game. This probably will be the best defense he's played, so we'll see what we can do tonight. If you slow him down and make him get the lead early and make him throw the ball, let's put on a fresh.
I'm hoping I get deep this time.
On offense, we've got the open hose. No matter if Caden's back there, Ethan's back there, Jameson's back there. Last week there was no hose. We've got to get some hose open and get some space and get them out there and get them going.
There you go. Those are Decker's Details. Straight, simple, to the point. Get the Cougars a victory because, listen, like I said, with Coach Jones, I'm a firm believer. Rick Stansbury would always say it when I was covering Western. This game is the most important game of the season. Why is it the most important game of the season?
Because it's the game right now.
Because it's the next game of the
game.
season. But this is an important game for Grayson. You don't want to go in 1-3 with two road district games coming up against some solid squads. Greenwood, and then you've got Barron County after that, and then you got Ohio County, which is a rivalry. You never really know with that. And then, sneaking up there kind of on the horizon, It's a school called Bowling Green. And they might not have won a game this year. That might mean about nothing when it comes to that. And they might not win tonight because they play South Warren.
I was going to say, if you played their schedule, not very many teams would win a game.
Exactly. Grayson County and Butler County, the play-by-play of the Grayson Butler. We're going to come up with a nickname one of these times. Comes up next here on K105.
Measles cases are on the rise, but there's good news. The MMR vaccine is the safest way to protect yourself and your community from measles, mumps, and rubella. Measles isn't just a rash. It can lead to serious health issues like pneumonia and brain swelling, even in healthy kids. That's why doctors recommend 2 MMR doses for lifelong protection. And cost shouldn't be a barrier. Many vaccines are free, even without insurance. Call 855-598-2246 to find a provider near you. This message is paid for by Kentucky Voices for Health, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
Bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
You complete me. Together we're one. I never want to be without you. Together's more fun. Together we're one.
Struggling with mortgage debt from COVID? Team Kentucky can help. If you restructured your home loan and deferred payments to the end of your mortgage, you may qualify for up to $60,000 in assistance to pay off that debt. Help is also available for other COVID-related hardships if you meet income guidelines. Apply today at www.protectmykyhome.org. This ad is sponsored by Kentucky Housing Corporation, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
This is Grayson County Cougar football on K105. Tonight's Cougar football contest is sponsored by Future Designs Building Materials, Midway Pharmacy, Owensboro Health, Twin Lakes Medical Center, Scotty's Contracting, and Stone, Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, Your Global Getaway, and by Grayson County Schools.
Welcome to Cougar Stadium, Grayson County and Butler County. It's about that time. I'm Sam Gormley. He's John Decker. The crowd is coming to life here as the Cougs are getting ready to take the field. And, John, this is such an important game for Grayson. You've not only lost 2 games in a row, you've lost 2 games in a row at home, and that makes it even worse.
It does. And like I say, we need momentum back on our side heading into Greenwood down in Bowling Green next week because that's going to be a tough opponent.
They gave South Warren everything they wanted last week.
Yes, they did.
And that's going to be a tough squad. I mean, just like anytime you play any of those Bowling Green teams, you know you're going to be in for a challenge. Grayson County won the toss. And like usual, they say, yeah, that football, we won it first. But what's important here is, okay, you won it first. You got to do something with it.
Yeah. Score and score often.
Caden Hanshaw, we mentioned it earlier in the week, didn't know if he was going to be able to go. Now, though, it looks like he will be able to give it a go on offense today, and that just brings something else to this Grayson County offense.
Oh, yeah. Having a guy that that's got 3,000 yards, that'd make any offensive coordinator happy.
And might make a defensive coordinator lose a little bit of sleep for Butler County.
I bet you Coach Robbins and these guys have watched a lot of tape and lost a lot of sleep this week.
There's the horn. Will Amos to kick away for Butler County. Back deep to return for Grayson County is Jamison Buster and also Caden Tyner. He was a big factor last week not playing. He didn't play, and they missed him on offense. And so you're getting two of your studs back on offense. Cougars starting to get healthy, and this is the time you need to find a way to get healthy. Perfect weather night here today, 79 degrees at kickoff as it's time for football in Leitchfield. Butler County to kick from left to right. Tyner and Buster back deep to return for Grayson County as this will come off the right foot of the kicker, Will Amos. We wait for the whistle. He lets it fly. It is a pooch kick, and it is going to drop in the middle of nowhere. Ethan Mudd goes up to grab it at the 35-yard line. He curls around and gets about 2 or 3 yards on the return. Mudd was able to go grab it because that could have been very dangerous early on.
It could have. It hit Callie like in a little open pocket there, and Mudd came up, got it, and was very aware of his situation.
Jake Bratcher, the Grayson County starting quarterback this year, 23 of 36 for 202. It's only run for 21 yards, though, this season. In fact, Mudd, they ended up giving him the ball up to the 39. He ended up getting 4 on the return. Caden Hanshaw is back in the backfield as well. That is huge for the confidence of this Grayson County squad. Bratcher will go in the gun, 1st down and 10. And it's a trick play. Ethan Mudd's going to get it on the reverse. He throws up the seam, and it is incomplete. They go for a trick play. He was looking over the middle on a post route to Caden Tyner. It wasn't there on the triple reverse. And the ball will stay at 2nd and 10. And now they're moving the ball backwards as they started that previous play at the 39.
I noticed that, but I saw the change were on like the 37.
I was going to say, I wrote it down as the 37, so it ended up losing 2 yards on an incomplete pass because it was a wrong spot.
Yeah.
Trips left side, 1 right side. Ball placed right smack in the middle of the field. 2nd and 10 for Grayson. Here's second play of the game against Butler County. Screen play, set up near side, caught by Hall. He turns upfield and he's dropped at about the 40-yard line. Coming downhill to make the tackle is Kevin Robbins. We're going to call his name a lot for Butler County. Robbins, their leading tackler with 30 tackles for a loss. 30 total tackles and leads with 5 tackles for a loss. Gain of 3 on the play for Hall up to the 40-yard line. I'll bring up 3rd down and 7. This Butler County defense, 16.3 points per game. They've trended in the right direction. 30 in game 1, 19 in game 2, 0 in game 3. We'll go in the eye on 3rd down and 7 from the 40-yard line. They need to get it up to the 47. Butler County jumps, no whistle, so they get back on side. It'll be a give to Hanshaw. He hits the 40-yard line, gets up, and he's to about the 43, well short of the 1st down marker. They run it on 3rd and long, which might make you think that they're going to be going for this, John.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know any other reason you would do that, so, yeah.
Hanshaw gets 3. It'll be 4th and 5. Brian Jones, I think he's looking for something to spark this offense that has scored only 7 points in the last 7 quarters. Ethan Mudd is to the left of Bratcher. Now Bratcher's going to go under center and go with the eye. 2 wide receivers down to the near side. 4th down and 5. Tyner goes in motion from the slot of the near side to the high side. Looking for a hard count. Brian Jones is going to take a timeout and maybe think about this a little bit more. Do you go for this here on 4th and 5?
Well, if you do, it's telling me you trust your defense a whole lot and you got a lot of confidence they can stop this Bears offense. I do think he saw the little movement on the play before, and he's thinking maybe that hard count could get him there.
I think, I am, and if you've listened to games over the years, you know me, I am about as aggressive as it comes. I love going for it on 4th down. I love onside kicks. I love going for 2. When I play the college football video game, which is the same thing as this, right? I think I'm going for it on 4th down all the time. I get that's a video game. This is real life. But I'm not against going for it here, and it looks like they will. Nope.
I don't know. Lane Beasley's back there.
He is back there to punt. And last week, Beasley had 2 punts of 40-plus yards. But here's the thing. If you unleash a 40-yard punt, you get the ball back, you're playing field position here.
Yeah, you flip the field.
Butler County's going to send 2 players back to return this. Not a great snap. Beasley gets it away, and it's a high spinning kick. Nice punt. It's going to take a bounce at the 26-yard line, and it's going to be down at the 25. Buster was able to grab it. That is a punt of about 38 yards for Lane Beasley. The Butler County offense is going to come out with the ball placed on their own 25-yard line. Brody Dockery, the freshman starting quarterback, He's passed for 357. Caden Richardson, his running back, has 503 rushing yards. 10-12 remaining first quarter. See what the Butler County offense looks like. This Grayson County defense has struggled over these last couple of games. It's not just been the offense that hasn't looked good. The defense has given up a lot of plays, especially running the ball. Pistol look to pass. Dockery's going to roll out far side, being chased by Shane Hall, and it's incomplete. Looking off in the flat, he threw it in between two of his receivers. Carson Davis, his favorite target, was in the vicinity. Davis has pulled in half of their catches this year. He has 13 grabs for 248 and 2 touchdowns. So of the 357 yards of passing for Butler, Davis has caught 248 of them.
There's no doubt that's his favorite target.
He's caught half the passes. They're going to go to him early and often. 2 running backs in the backfield with the freshman quarterback, Dockery. Man in motion is Davis. They fake the handoff to him, instead give it right up the middle. Big hole for Richardson as he crosses the 30-yard line and gets it up to about the 33. Gain of 8 on the run for the sophomore running back, Caden Richardson. And it'll bring up 3rd down and 2. This is some of the problems we've seen for Grayson over these last couple of weeks, where it is just way too easy.
Yeah, I mean, there was a big hole there. You know, when your safety's got to come up and make a tackle.
Robbins will be behind the quarterback, Dockery, in the pistol look. Man in motion. They fake it to him, give it to Robbins. Up the middle, he's wrapped up. Lane Beasley gets in there, no gain on the play. Maybe a gain of 1. Looks like forward progress will give him up to the 34. Decision time for Josh Robbins, the second-year head coach for Butler County, 4-9 overall, 27-72, and it looks like it's not really a decision. He's going to go for it. This is a huge momentum play for the Grayson County defense. Under 9 to go in the first quarter of play. No score. Pistol look. Maybe they'll try to draw them off sides of their own. 4th and 1. Check with me at the sideline. Dockery now looks to the right side. Maybe he's going to change the play. Hand is in the air, and it looks like it is just going to be a hard count. And nope, they are going to play. It's a snap, throwing, and it is caught. What a catch. Carson Davis goes up and grabs it at the 41-yard line. A little out route. Davis uses his 5'10" frame to go up and grab it. 1st down, Butler County, gain of 7. What a catch.
That was a nice catch. Perfectly thrown ball. Only his guy could catch it. And nice play.
Pretty good defense, too.
It was. I mean, we had a corner and a safety out there, and he just made a good play.
1st and 10, Butler County from their 41-yard line. No score, 8:22 and counting remaining first quarter. Shotgun formation, trips left side. It'll be the give to Richardson. He goes left side, tries to string it out to that left side, and he's hit right at the line of scrimmage. Gain of 1 yard up that high side. Looks like Camden Cornwell was the first man in there for Grayson County. And, John, over these last couple of weeks, we've called Cornwell's name a lot defensively.
Oh, he has been the staple of our defense. There's no doubt about that.
2nd and 9. He switched his numbers from 42 to 55, and I give him credit. He's one of the kids will tell me that he switches his numbers, because sometimes they'll switch it and not let the broadcaster know. But Camden came up to me last week. He says, look, new number. I said, thanks for letting me know. 2nd and 9 for Butler on the high side of the field. Left to right goes Butler in their road white jerseys. Screen play, far side, it's caught. Maybe for a loss on the play. Forward progress might get him to the original line of scrimmage.
Oh, that's a generous spot if it did, Sam. The corner was there ready.
I believe that went to Robbins on that far side.
Well, they gave him a yard.
They did. Up to the 43-yard line, 3rd down and 7, or 8 for Butler. Maybe you bring a little pressure here.
Who is that far side corner? I can't tell.
3rd down and 8. To pass, Dockery, pump fake, throws over the middle, and it is way over the head. Looking up for Mason West, and it falls incomplete. And the Bears now will presumably be forced to punt. If Shane Hall was playing just a little further back, he'd had a pick.
He had a pick.
For every interception this season, Sheriff Norman Chaffins will donate $50 to the Cougar football program. And listen, this Cougar defense, Sheriff Chaffin's wallet's a little thick right now. They got to get in there and
gotta
start doing it. He's not running for re-election, so he's got to spend all that money right now.
That's right. He needs a tax deduction right now.
Yeah. 4th down and 8.
This is an odd formation.
It is a punting formation, though, as Amos stands back to punt. Tyner back deep to return. He's well deep, too, Tyner. Here comes the punt from Amos. Spinning line drive kick. Takes a big Butler County bounce on the high hop. Tyner picks it up, and he's dropped down immediately. He was met on the tackle by Butler County's Clay Steff, and Grayson's not going to get good field position at all on that return.
No, that's about a 45-yard punt, no return.
It was a knuckleballer, too.
It was. I was really scared of him trying to catch it.
6:43 remaining first quarter. No score between Grayson and Butler. Sam Gormley, John Decker with you here this evening on a, picture-perfect Friday evening here in September. Looks like the ball's on the 13 for Grayson. See if they can get Hanshaw a little bit more involved. He only touched it once on the first drive. Bratcher under center. It's a run up the middle, carrying it up to about the 18-yard line. That's Hanshaw, gains about 5 on the run. 5 yards in a cloud of dust will get you there, though, John.
Oh, we'll take that every carry.
We will, too, at some point when I get the chance. I have the list of the homecoming winners. I'm sure you at home are curious about that. We'll be sure to bring those to you, maybe the next timeout or when we get a moment. 2nd and 5 will come up for Grayson. John, I don't know if it's just tonight, but I feel like we don't usually get the concession stand smells in here, but today it's like somebody's lit a candle right outside the door.
It must be the way the wind is blowing. First time I've smelt it like this. It smells good.
2nd and 5, trips near side. Bratcher, high snap, kept himself up the middle. He crosses the 20-yard line, dives up near the first down marker. We haven't seen Bratcher run the ball a lot, but it looks like he's going to have enough to maybe move the chains.
Oh, I think he's going to be about a football length short. Maybe he's moving. Oh, no, they gave it to him.
First down.
First down.
5 yards is what he needed, and 5 yards is what he got for Jake Bratcher. And I want to see a little bit more of that option run. That's the Brian Jones offense.
That is. And we haven't saw it any this year.
You can count on one hand the amount of option plays that they run. And part of that is that's not Jake's style. Yeah. He's not as quick as a Colby Chaffins or a Hunter Felty or trying to think back at somebody. Noah Bullock is another great one to drop, or even a Kaylor Decker.
Kaylor Decker, yeah.
How about this? Spreading it wide, 4 wide, all alone in the backfield. Tyner shifts in motion. They're going to give to him on the jet sweep. He tries to hit the edge across the far side, breaks one tackle as he crosses the 25-yard line and gets up to about the 29.
There's another, 5-yard gain.
Gain of 6 on the pass to Caden Tyner. 2nd and 4 will come up. And that's another guy who is just great.
Get him in space.
Quickness. And last week, missed the game with a concussion. He's back here today, and that's big. No score between Grayson and Butler. 4:35 remaining here first quarter. Second down and 4. Got a spread look here for Grayson.
Wow, we got stacked receivers both sides.
Yep, 2 out on each side. Man in motion from the high side to the near side. That's Ethan Mudd. They're setting up a screen, and it is blocked and tipped and incomplete. Reading that perfectly was Jet Johnson, and Jake Bratcher is very lucky because
I thought that was a pick 6.
Those are the plays that if read perfectly, it's exactly what you just said.
Yes.
It was intended on the near side for Hall, but it falls incomplete. Lane Beasley enters the game now. You saw him come in a lot last week when Grayson County needed an extra blocker back there. Lane entered as pretty much an H-back.
Yeah. You don't usually think of a guy that's your kicker and punter coming in and playing an H-back or tight end, but he's got good size, good athleticism.
He's a football player.
He is.
I formation for Grayson. Bratcher under center on 3rd down and 4. Toss play. Hanshaw turns upfield. He's hit at the 30-yard line, carrying tacklers near the first down marker, but it looks like he's going to be a yard short. Gets it up to the 32. He needed to get to the 33, and, John, I'm going for this here.
Oh, me too. Momentum's kind of on your side. I am too.
4th down and 1. If anything else, you got the tush push in there. Like, let's
do it.
Let's get somebody back there. And you know what? If they stop Caden Hanshaw on 1 yard, then you tip your cap. 4th and 1. Good crowd here tonight. Let's see what Grayson does, and they are going to leave the offense on the field. I like the call with 3:44 remaining here in the first half.
I do too. Your defense has done prove that they're up for the task, so yeah, I like this.
I look for Grayson. Bunching it up, no wide receivers right side. Ball placed in the near hash. They need to get it 1 yard up the field on 4th down and 1. Bratcher under center. Give to Hanshaw. He's got it. First down, Grayson County. He's got it easily.
Oh, yeah, he got
Gets it up to the 34. 2 yards on the gain for Caden Hanshaw. More importantly, move those chains. First down, Grayson County. 3:21 remaining here in this first quarter of play. No score between Grayson and Butler. Tell you, this is a scenario, John, where I run a little play action.
Yeah, I do too. I fake it to Cade, and I see if I can hit Hall or Tyner deep.
After the 2 yard gain for Hanshaw on 4th down, it's a fullback dive up the middle. Ethan Mudd carrying tacklers across the 40-yard line. Look at the bodies roll. Ethan Mudd, a willing run.
10
gain
yards.
of about 10 up to the 44.
And look, having Hanshaw back tonight opens it up for Ethan to run that fullback.
Because everybody's going to be keying on 3, and it opens up to number 7.
It makes running your RB2's job a little easier when RB1's there to take a lot of attention off of him.
First down and 10 for Grayson County. 2:38 remaining here in this first quarter. I formation look. Looks like another fullback dive for Mudd. He carries it up, still does it. He just popped out of the pile, crosses the 50-yard line, and gets down to the 49. Gain of 7 for Ethan Mudd. How about Mudd running real hard on the play? And you're seeing this. You're trending in a positive direction. Back on that 3rd down, you get 3 yards. You get 2 on the 4th down, and now you've gone 10 and 7 for Grayson.
Yeah, getting that 4th down was a big momentum boost.
2nd and 3. I think here the best part about 2nd and 3 on your side of the field.
You can do a lot of things.
You can open up the entire playbook here.
And I would. Right here, I would go big.
Let's see what Jones does. Or maybe you just say we're running it down the throat.
That's
if
true.
it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And he called a timeout.
And Brian Jones will take a timeout. We'll take it with him. 1:43 left, first quarter. No scores. This is Cougar Football on K105.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Leitchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim. Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence. Through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Cougars have it on the Butler County 49-yard line. They're going to stick with the eye. Running the ball really well on this drive is Grayson. Mudd, the fullback. Hanshaw, the deep back. They'll give it to Hanshaw on a counter play. Hanshaw's bottled up after a pickup of maybe 1 or 2. It looks like they'll give him 2 down to the
No, he gave him 1.
He gave him 2 at first.
I think they came back and ended up giving him 1.
Where are they going to give? Gain of 1 to the 48. 3rd down and 2 for Grayson County. Again, Caden Hanshaw is on a little bit of a pitch count. I don't know that he's I don't know if a pitch count's the right word. They're going to not give him probably his usual load that he would get in a typical game coming back from that ankle injury that he suffered 2 weeks ago tonight.
Yeah, he's probably not going to have 20 carries tonight.
Trips right side, 1 near side on 3rd down and 2. Bratcher in the gun. Hanshaw to his right. And Butler jumps offside, and that is one way to get the first down. listen, you'll take it however you can.
Is that our first penalty of the night?
It is.
That's a change for the games I've been.
It is. First down, Grayson County. 50 seconds remaining here in this first quarter and counting. And I like that the clock here is moving as well.
Yes. With two teams that run, it should be a quick game tonight.
See, we thought that last week. And I didn't get home until, I think I got home on Tuesday afternoon. Felt like, at least. First and 10 for Grayson. 25 seconds remaining here in the first quarter and counting. Bratcher, triple option, gives it up the middle to Mudd. And Mudd, like the bowling ball he is, carries tacklers across the 40-yard line, gets it down to about the, we're going to say the 38. It's a gain of 5 on the run for Ethan Mudd, and that will presumably be the final play of the first quarter. Grayson County and Butler County all knotted up at 0. This is Cougar football on K105. Switch. Let him do it now.
I crave adventures that spark joy and create memories. Sailing the seas with Royal Caribbean or exploring the magic of Disney parks. And with your global getaway, my dreams are expertly crafted. From all-inclusive Caribbean resorts to tailor-made itineraries, Mark turns wanderlust into reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary?
Your Global Getaway. Expertise in unforgettable vacations. Call Mark at 270-296-0106 or visit yourglobalgetaway.com. Start living your travel dreams today.
Yes, start living your travel dreams today.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call State Farm agent Duda Hudson in Leitchfield today.
It's Kyle's last spin on his turntable.
Yeah.
And the first day of Kira's new career in IT. When you donate to Goodwill, you help provide skills training and career placement. And the things you loved start a new life too.
And 5 after the 5-yard gain from Mudd on the final play of the first quarter. As it's a give, Hanshaw right up the middle. It's a 35-yard line. Nice ankle tackle on the play by Butler County. It saved a whole lot more, and that's Kevin Robbins. When in doubt, John, guess Kevin Robbins, but it looks like it should be enough to move the chains for Hanshaw.
What?
It is.
They is.
He needed 5, and he got 5, down to the 33.
You know, that Robbins made a heck of a tackle there. That may have been 15 or 20 yards.
Yes, because he had a bunch of space
he had
to work.
a lot of green grass in front of him.
Caden Hanshaw in his career against Butler County, 450 yards, 6 touchdowns in 2 games entering today. Again, might not be a football expert. That'll do.
Yeah, that'll do.
I formation, first and 10 from the Butler 33. Bratcher looks at the defense. Now pops under center. Check with me. Looks at Brian Jones. They might be changing the play. They got to get this play off, and it is a toss play to Hanshaw. He comes near side, the 35-yard line, breaks a tackle there, gets down to the 30 or to the 30 or the 29, depending on the spot. Line judge at first said 29, but now he's changing his mind. Let's see where they'll give it. They're going to play it at the 30. Gain of 3 on the run for Hanshaw. This has been a long drive for Grayson. This will be the 13th play of the drive that started back on their own 13-yard line. It's already taken a lot of time off this clock. 2nd and 6 will be Grayson. Or maybe it's one of those that's a short 6, a long 7.
Yeah, exactly. It's right there in between the 29 and 30.
Back to the eye. Hall to the left, as does Tyner in the slot to the left. 2nd and 7. Now Tyner will shift in motion far side to the near side. Mudd is the fullback. They'll give it to him on the fullback dive up the middle, and just like the bowling ball he is, he carries it down to the 15-yard line, or down to the 25-yard line, gain of 5 for Ethan Mudd. Tell you, when he gets that fullback dive, he almost takes Jake Bratcher with him.
He does. He's not letting Jake pull that ball back.
Gain of 5 on the run, 3rd and 1. 4-down territory for Grayson.
Right now would be probably the great opportunity for Jake to pull that ball back right now.
Yeah, because they're keying on Mudd and they're keying on Hanshaw.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if Mudd's getting 5 yards a run,
it's hard not to give him the ball.
You know, and he's averaging just about that. 3rd and 1. Ball in the near hash. Again, Tyner in motion. Nope, now he's going to go back and remain in the slot. Hanshaw, left side, first down and a whole lot more. Breaks down near side, 20, 15. Outside the numbers to the 10, to the 5. Dives towards the goal line. He is down at the 1. What a run for Caden Hanshaw. Gain of 24 yards on the carry. And Grayson is knocking on the door. Welcome back, number 3.
It is great to have him back. You know, that's done 8 carries. I'm really surprised this many, but hey, if he's feeling good, keep feeding him.
Let the big dog eat.
Exactly.
And knowing Caden, if they ask, I'm fine. I'm good.
I know that's what he's saying.
I can carry the ball 40 times tonight, you know?
I know that's what he's saying.
Because I talked to him and I said, last week I had to eat at you. And he said, drove. And I did you ever sit out of a game because of injury?
Oh, my sophomore season, I missed 6 weeks to it.
And that probably
killed me. It killed me.
Because those are your brothers out there.
Exactly.
Let's see what Grayson does. 1st and goal from the 1. 4 plays to try and go into the end zone. Tyner in motion. Now they're going to shift him back. Run. Hanshaw. He dives. Looks like he did. He did.
Got it.
1 yard touchdown run. Touchdown Cougs. Caden Hanshaw, a 1 yard touchdown run. And Grayson County has taken the 6-0 advantage. Welcome back, big man. 8:48 remaining. Hanshaw goes 24 on one play. And gets 1 on the next, and 1 is all he needed. Here comes the extra point attempt from Lane Beasley. Good snap, good hold, and it is
good.
He puts it through. Grayson leads 7-0, 8:48 remaining first half. This is Cougar football on K105.
When you give blood, you give life. And when you give life, you change lives. Make a life-saving impact by donating blood with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, your hometown partner. As the sole supplier of blood products needed in Grayson County, your donation ensures a stable and adequate blood supply for you, your family, friends, and your neighbors. You are the hero when you give. Feel the power of community and compassion in every drop. Give life and change lives with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center. Life is on the line.
Paying for your student's college can feel overwhelming. Scholarships and grants help, but they might not cover everything. That's where the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan comes in. With competitive low interest rates and no application, late, or other fees, the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan offers a smooth and affordable solution. Owned and managed by a state-based nonprofit lender, we're committed to helping families like yours. Apply today and take the next step in supporting their dreams. Visit KentuckyAdvantageLoan.com or call 800-988-6333 to learn more.
Yards for his career. John, it's good to have him back.
Yes, it is.
You're predicting an onside kick here from Grayson. Let's see if Lane Beasley, Evan Hasty's out there as well. Butler County seems like they might be expecting it as well. And Beasley does, and it's not going to go 10 yards.
No, it goes about 8.
It does. It's going to go 8 and rollouts. And see Butler County at first. Felix Francisco came up and almost acted as if he was going to touch it. I think his buddy, big number 58, Christian White, said, no, run the other way, because if you touch it, then it's a live ball.
Yeah, I mean, somebody's going to knock you out if you touch that ball there.
Yeah, because then it's a rugby game.
It is.
And I'm sure probably whoever was close there for Grayson said, hey, come on, touch it. Yeah, you can touch it.
My eyes would have got real big there if I was on the kicking team.
Butler's going to have it on the Grayson 48. Really good field position for them. Their first drive, they got 1 first down before stalling out. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Placed in the near hash. They trail 7-0. Run Richardson, left side. This one's going to be coming back because of a hold. Evan Hasty was wrapped up on the play by, Xander Stokes is going to be the guilty party. It was such a blatant hold, John, that Caden Tyner is now having to fix Evan Hasty's pads.
Yeah, he had him pretty good. That's why the hole got so big there and gave him 5 or 6 yards.
Instead, it's a big loss of 10 yards, and that turns now what would be 2nd and 4 into 1st and 20.
Yeah, big difference.
Well, they're going to make it a spot foul. Well, no, it's not. No, it's not. It's going to move back to the 42. It's almost like it's the first game of the season here for me, John. I can't count to 10. I'm losing it. 1st and 20. 8.5 and counting remaining first half. 7-0. Cougs lead the Bears of Butler. Trips right side. Dockery's going to roll out right side. Looking to pass. Steps up in the pocket. Floats it. Got a receiver. Caught along the sideline. Spinning out of a tackle. First down. Carson Davis pulls it in. He had the soft spot in the zone.
Yes, he did.
And it's a catch down to the 34-yard line. That is a big gain for Butler County of about 22 yards.
And he really likes throwing the ball to Carson Davis.
Get used to that name. Davis is a target that they will go to early and often, and it's one of those that sometimes the issue of playing zone is you're leaving a guy like that wide open.
Yeah, and there was just about a 5-yard open area there on the sideline.
Robbins is to the right of Dockery. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Not a great snap. Dockery steps up in the pocket, rolls out, gets away from Tristan Brooks, and gets hit on the far side. 2 different penalty flags come out.
I think we're
in 2
going to have
different vicinities. It'll be interesting to see what this is. I think one is going to be a hold on Butler. I think on Kevin Robbins. Let's see. Maybe both are on Butler. Let's see. They're talking to Brian Jones right now. He's pointing towards Butler County. Butler County's heading in the direction. I guess maybe there's 2 different penalties. Maybe they're asking which penalty
one
he would
to
like.
take. But, yeah, the backer, he's declining it.
Let's see. Let's see what the call is. Holding called against Butler County. That penalty is declined. So it's going to end up being a loss of 4. They're going to keep the sack instead on that far side. I didn't get who had the sack for Grayson.
Sack either. I was looking at the flags.
Loss of 5, 2nd and 15. You know what? It helps, though. We'll have to check and see who that sack was for Grayson County. 2 right side, 1 near side. Pistol look. 2nd and 15. Dockery. Check with me at the sideline as he looks at Josh Robbins, the second-year head coach, who's also been the head coach at Todd County Central, and the sideline. And this is an interesting decision for Butler. It's now the sideline, and this is an interesting decision for Butler. It's now 4th and 15 at the Grayson 39. You are in what I classify as
no man's land.
No man's land.
Yeah, you got to go for it.
Yeah, because, I mean, really, it's just as good of a punt.
Yeah, because if you punt it and you go to the end zone, I mean, you're getting 18, 19 yards. So, yeah, I'm taking my chance. I don't know. We got one guy deep. I'm not sure what's going.
Maybe they have a pooch punt in their vicinity.
Yeah, no, he's coming back.
Yep.
Dockery's back there, yeah.
And no penalties here if you're Grayson.
No.
Unless you're giving up a touchdown,
yeah.
No penalties. 4th down and 15. You need to get the ball down to the 24. Dockery rolls out near side, being chased, throws it off in the flat. Well short, nice tackle.
No,
and Grayson County,
incomplete
anyways. It was going to be short, doesn't end up mattering. Carson Davis was the man they went to, and he wasn't going to get there anyways. Turnover on downs, ball back to Grayson.
I really think that our defense has really got in Dockery's head. They're chasing him, and he's not as sharp as he usually is.
And part of that is he's a freshman
It is.
making his 2nd career start on the road.
Yeah, in a big environment, homecoming.
It is. You know, his first game was against Breck. First game of the season. And, I mean, you're playing a team that's won back-to-back district championships now. The crowd is a little livelier. Grayson's going to have it on their own 39-yard line. Let's see what they do. They ran the ball very well in their last drive. They're spreading out here. Trips right side, 1 left side. Bratcher in the gun, Hanshaw to his left. Bratcher, 2 pass. 3-step drop, steps up in the pocket. He's going to float it down the seam, looking for a receiver. Diving catch, it's incomplete.
That's pass interference.
Wrapped up on the play.
He was hanging on. Is that Anthony Linton?
It is Anthony Linton, and Linton was getting a bear hug.
Yes, he was.
On the far side by Carson Davis. He's looking guilty, and that's going to be a free 15. And that now gives you the ball on the positive 46.
I like that, though. Stretch the field out, and that's going to open the things up for Mudd and Hanshaw back there.
Yeah, because that's going to force that safety to drop back.
Yeah, he can't come up in the box like he was.
That's why I love the play action.
I do, too.
Love the play action.
And, you know, it was a good throw.
It was.
It was a good throw.
Two each side. Motion shift from Linton from the far side to the near side. Bratcher's going to pass again. He rolls out near side. Has all day to throw. Pump fakes once, pump fakes a second time, and he's just going to take it himself. Sidesteps a tackler, runs up the sideline before getting shoved out of bounds by Kevin Robbins. Looks like they're going to say he steps out of bounds at the 44. Gain of 2 on the scramble for Jake Bratcher.
Hey, nothing was open. I like the pump fake and just tuck it and run.
Yeah, because if you pump fake that, you can get that linebacker to jump back and maybe get him in the air.
Yeah, you got to make him make a decision.
And as a former defensive lineman, it's a weird spot to be in.
It is. It is.
6:48 remaining here in this first half. 7-0. Grayson leads Butler, trying to add to their lead. Cougars have not scored more than 7 points in a game since Edmondson, game 1.
We got momentum on our side. I'd like to see them go down, punch one more, and really be a confidence booster.
Trips to the left, one near side. Bratcher keeps it himself up the middle. On the read option carry, carries it down to the 41, gain of 3 on the carry. Host of Bear tacklers in there. A little slow to get up after the play was the tackler. That's Mason Ashby, the sophomore. He hobbles to the sideline. Now you're looking at 3rd and about 6.
About 6, yeah.
What are you calling here? Hanshaw hasn't touched it yet on this drive.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're in 4 down.
You're in 4 down territory. I'm giving it. Hey, I don't know. I might go back to that fullback dive. They're in I formation, so let's see.
Tyner checks off the field. One wide receiver on each side. Nope, Tyner remains into the game. He's lined up as a wide slot receiver. Fullback dive up the middle, Mudd. He gets it near the first down marker, but it looks like he is going to be a yard short. John, I think that was a false start.
Yeah,
I think Mudd got a little bit, but it's just us talking. Yeah. Hey, Cougars had a couple go against them last week, so it's time to pay it back. It's gain of 4 on the run for Mudd. 4th and 1.
I do like that call there, though. Ethan's had the hot hand in short situations, so give him the ball.
Yeah, let the big boy eat. Yeah, again, this is one of these where you got 1 yard, and this is you're telling your offensive linemen, boys, let's go get it.
That's right.
4th and 1. 5:17 and counting. First half.
That A gap is open. That fullback dive is going to be our bunch tonight.
Run, Hanshaw up the middle. First down. Dives across the 35-yard line. Gets down to the 34. Gain of 3 for the junior running back, Caden Hanshaw, who is the 2nd leading rusher in the history of the school. Over 3,100 yards as a junior.
A junior.
If he's a sophomore, it'd be real impressive.
Yeah, I was like, he stays healthy. He's going to shatter the school record and
put it to a spot where it probably
it's going to be hard to anybody ever touch it.
1st and 10. I mean, a lot of people probably thought Doug Thompson's record would never be touched.
Exactly.
And it hasn't in over 45 years. Faking the handoff, play action. Bratcher rolls out, dumps it off, caught by Mudd at the 30-yard line, spins at the 30, and he's dropped down near the 27. Coming down high to make it, the tackle was Steph.
But we got a flag on the play.
Where is the flag?
That's right here. I'm not sure who was ever on the outside. Wasn't holding there.
Oh, no. I guess I didn't see it called. There, on the far side, Butler County's quarterback is throwing, and when he throws the ball, I see that in the air, and I keep thinking now I see it.
Yeah.
The flag is sitting at the 41. It is called against Grayson.
The guy was making the seal block on the end here for Jake to get outside. I thought he had his arms outside the shoulder pads.
So you're saying good call or bad call?
I think it was a good call.
So that's a loss of 10. Moving it back to the 44. First penalty of the game called against Grayson. Cougars so far tonight, 18 rushing attempts for 91 yards, 7 yards through the air, 2 of 3 passing. So they got 100 yards of offense from the Cougars on 21 snaps, about 5 yards of play.
That's about as much offense as we had the whole game last week.
And there's still 4 minutes and counting left here in this first half. Bunching it out left. Hanshaw to the right, 1st and 20. Butler showing blitz. And they bring it. Rushing 5. Bratcher scrambles out far side, and that's going to be another hold on Corbin Gary. Bratcher's going to float it down the far side, and it is intercepted by Butler County. Taking it up the far sideline, curling it up to the 40. A lot of space to work up that far side, 45, 40, 30, 25, and that's where dropped on the play, making the tackle look like it might have been Bratcher up that far sideline. It's a hold on Gary on the outside and a massive interception return for not a touchdown, but great field position for Butler.
Yeah, Clayton Cardwell, he just read that pass.
And now someone's hurt for Grayson on that far side. Slow to get up after the play is Corbin Gary. Appears that he is okay, though. Holding against Grayson, John, it might not surprise you, though. They're going to decline.
Yeah.
Butler.
That
Interception.
Was, about a 55-yard return by Cardwell there on that interception. That was pretty impressive.
He just took it up the sideline, and the Cardwells have had some pretty good athletes in Butler County over the years. Just like a Butler County roster's got to have a Dockery on there.
If it isn't, something's wrong.
It's on the 25-yard line of Grayson is where Butler's going to get it. And now this, Kaler always said, John, when he was with us, he liked to describe the defense in scenarios like this as they're the fire department. There's a fire. You're calling the fire department. You got to put it out.
You do. And they've been able to step up to the occasion today, so let's hope it keeps on.
Extra blocker shifts to the right side of the line. Shotgun look. Run for Richardson. He tries to string it out right side, breaks a tackle, breaks a second one up that far sideline. He'll get about 5 yards down. Or actually, about 5, we're going to say. Down to or maybe only 3.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him about 3.
Look, in the near side judge said 20 at first, and it is to the 22, a gain of 3 on the run for Richardson. 3:15 and counting remaining, and Butler is in this scenario too, where they can go 2 for 1.
Yep.
Remember to stay tuned in at halftime of our Cougar football game. We'll have a replay of a great Cougar conversations from last year, but we really wanted to show it again. It's a direct quarterback run. Dockery up the middle. He's hit at the 20-yard line by a host of Cougar tacklers. Looks like Evan Hasty might have been the first man in there. He gains about 5 down to the 17-yard line. It'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Third down and 1. Pistol formation look. 1 on each side. Extra blocker back there. They'll give it to Robbins on the carry. He's got the first down and a lot more. They'll carry it down across the 15. Looks like down to about the 13. Gain of about 4 on the run for Kevin Robbins. And you're just letting go and letting it rip right down the middle here.
So say you gotta bow up here, guys.
2 minutes remaining here in the first half. Extra blocker shifts on the right side of the line again. They give it to Richardson. He runs right behind the blocker, but a tackle coming across the edge and making a nice play on it for Grayson County.
Was that
Looks
Evan?
like who did you think it was?
I thought it might have been Evan Hasty, but it wasn't real sure.
It was Mudd.
Okay.
Gain of 2 on the carry up that far side for. Or actually, no, they're going to stay down to the 10. The gain of 3 on the carry for Richardson. Butler County right now averaging only 2.4 yards per carry.
Yeah.
Defense has been a lot better. And if you can hold them to 0 points here.
Oh, it would be a big. That left tackle flinched.
Dockery run, right side. He takes it himself, carrying a tackler down across the 10-yard line. And Butler County, right on cue, they're going to take a timeout. I was going to say they probably need to start thinking about it with 1:07 remaining. Gain of, we're going to say,
3.
Where's the ball going to go here?
I think it's a gain of 3 maybe?
Yeah, they're going to say down to the 7.
No, maybe a little more, 4.
Yeah, we're going to see the near side judge. Yep, it looks like maybe we're going to say the 6. Gain of 4 on the carry for Dockery. 3rd down and about 4 will come up for the Bears. Want to make sure we give away. announce who won homecoming tonight for Grayson. I'm going to turn on the lights so I can actually see here. Ooh, that's a little bright, isn't it?
That is bright.
The winners from Grayson County's homecoming earlier today, the homecoming lady was Kendon Stasel. Gentleman was Holland Guffey. The Duchess was Ellie Bratcher. The Duke was Anthony Linton. The Princess was Ella Neely. The Prince was Camden Cornwell. The Queen was Carly Cook. And the King was Landon Lowry. So congratulations to those young individuals on being named homecoming ladies, gentlemen's, duchesses, dukes, princess, queen, king, queen, all that.
Oh, they all are dressed nice. Congratulations.
And yours down there, she'll probably be in that before you know it, right?
Won't be long. They grow up fast.
3rd and 3 for Butler County. 1:07 remaining here in this first half. Grayson leads 7-0. Motion shift for Robbins. They're going to give it to him. Whistle blown as the ball comes out for Dockery. Was the whistle blown before the play? It was.
I think they got him for a false start, yeah.
And Butler County has probably never been happier about a false start.
Oh, I guarantee you. They're happy that wide receiver on this side moved.
Because if not, it would have been maybe a fumble.
Yeah, that ball was out.
3rd and 9. Back to the 11. And now the clock is running. 2. And this is one of these decisions, too, where you're tough for Brian Jones.
Yeah, it is.
I guess he only has 1 time. I thought he had 2 remaining.
No, he has 1, I think. And he used 2 right back to back almost.
2 on each side. Motion shift for Meredith. Dockery to pass, steps up, throwing far side. Meredith catches near the first down marker. He's dropped inbounds. It'll bring up 4th down at about 1 or 2, and Josh Robbins immediately takes a timeout. 27 seconds remaining. Looks like they're going to say the ball is down to about the 5. Gain of 6. 4th and 1. Or no, actually, it's a lot shorter than that.
Yeah, I don't think they gave him, but what, 1 yard on that?
Well, let's see. They were at the 11.
No,
So the ball got down to about the 5.
I'm sorry. I forgot about the 5-yard penalty, yeah.
Yeah, so about 5. So it's gain of 6. So
But,
4th and 3.
Yeah.
Will be coming up. And
somebody made a good hit on that, though.
If you're Grayson, what are you calling here? Or like defensively, are you bringing pressure?
I'm bringing it right up the middle. And, make that freshman quarterback make a decision.
But then if you're Butler, I'm intrigued, too, by what you're
Yeah.
what you're gonna call here.
You're getting it I'm getting it in Richardson's hands.
Right now, Bears only averaging 2.7 yards per carry. Fourth down and about 3 for Butler out of the timeout. They have 1 timeout remaining. 7-0 Grayson leads here in this first half.
And I was listening today. This is kind of like the situation the old Patriots used to like. Score at the end and get the ball back at the beginning of the second half.
The 2 for 1.
2 for 1, yeah. They were famous for that.
That's why I am in some instances okay with the defer.
Yeah, me too.
It's one of those that I see both sides of the argument. Because I also like getting the ball first because then you're up 7-0 ideally. Which Grayson wasn't today, but they still got up 7-0 anyways.
What we got
I don't really know what the Brian Jones is talking. He's asking for an explanation from our head official. Maybe just asking him where he's going to go to dinner tomorrow.
Maybe.
Let's see if I don't have a score or 2 to bring you while they're having this discussion.
I'm curious after that penalty over there earlier. Maybe he's asking why was the clock still running.
Apollo leads Hancock 28-7. 4 minutes remaining in the first half. Glasgow on top of Allen County Scottsville 21-0. 2:44 remaining in the first half. Warren Central and Warren East tied at 16. 7:24 remaining in the first half. LaRue leads Green 20-14. South Warren on top of Bowling Green 14-7. 6:42 remaining in the first half there. 4th down and 3. Out of the timeouts. Big play coming here for this Grayson County defense. And it is a trick play. Shovel pass up the middle. Robbins, he has it. He's inside the 5, and he is inside the end zone. The shovel pass works to perfection. They give it to Kevin Robbins. 5-yard touchdown.
They just caught the defense all going to their defensive right, and they tossed it back to him going the other way, and he just walked in.
Kevin Robbins pulls in his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. And Butler County now on to attempt the extra point, and a penalty flag comes out and a legal substitution called against Butler County. And we'll redo the PAT. It never even got off with 30.8 seconds. I guess, did they add some more time to the clock, John?
Yeah, I think they did. I think that's probably what Coach Jones was going out there saying, because that penalty on second or third down on Butler County, the clock should have stopped, and it kept running.
You got to watch out for those clock operators.
We're home, though. We got to get it in our favor.
The extra point will be attempted by Jonathan Portillo. Last week, 4 of 6. He's a soccer player, leads the soccer team with 16 goals. Not a great snap. They get it down, and it's blocked by Grayson County. You can't advance it, though.
That's right.
So Grayson leads 7-0 with 30.8 seconds remaining here in this first half of play. We'll take a break. This is Cougar Football on K105.
I've forgotten.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Leitchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
Hi, I'm Bob with Hometown Hangout Sports Pub and Grill. You might have noticed we don't have fancy decor or celebrity chefs. It's true, we've ignored the trend of upscale dining and extravagant renovations. That gets pretty expensive, you know. And in the end, it's the customer who pays for those upgrades. Not at Hometown Hangout. Our guests come to us for one thing, to have a great time. Whether you're with the family, the whole team, or just friends, you'll love our fun atmosphere, exciting games, and great food. Hometown Hangout on West White Oak. See you after the game.
Cougar Football on K105.
Cougs up 1-7-6, 30.8 left in the first half. Grayson has 1 timeout. Here comes the kick. Short pooch kick up that far side, and it goes out of bounds. Tell you what, John. Man. Grayson dangerous there, but if I'm Butler, I kick that thing as deep as I can because you're giving Grayson now great field position. Let's see where the ball went out of bounds.
Well, 40, 43?
43, so it should move up to the 45. No, I guess no out of bounds would go to the 40, so Grayson will get it. Let's see where they're going to place this.
Oh.
Well, maybe they're going to say 40.
I think they're going to give you 5 yards on that and move it to the 48.
That appears to be it. Now if you're Grayson, you got a chance
options.
Here. 1 timeout.
You got options.
And if anything else, you need to do something, or at least try something here. The ball's on your own 48, because you never know if next week you might need this.
You might, exactly. This is a great opportunity to work on stuff.
Maybe you're down 7-6 with 30 seconds left in the fourth quarter next week, and
this is a great opportunity to work. And, we got some.
And a penalty flag is thrown.
Sideline
warning called against Brian Jones.
Wow.
That's weird. He didn't seem to be arguing.
He was just talking to the side judge here, and I don't know.
Interesting.
Yeah. Wow.
And Brian Jones now is asking the line judge, "Hey, what'd I do?"
Yeah, I saw Coach Jones say, "I was just talking to him."
Weird.
That is.
30.8. It's no penalty. It's just a warning. 1st and 10 for Grayson. Bratcher in the gun. Hanshaw to his right. Trips right side. 1 left side. 1st and 10. Bratcher rolls out near side. He's being chased by a tackler from the blind side. He's hit as he throws. Throwing up near side. Looking for Shane Hall. It's knocked away. Great defensive play made by Drake Bratcher. He had Shane Hall, but Bratcher saved a touchdown.
And how Jake got that pass off and as close as he did, that backside corner came on a corner blitz, and he hit him as he threw the ball.
That was a great, one of those plays it was a great play all around.
It was. Both teams.
Pretty good throw.
Yeah.
Great defensive play. Good pressure. Good job by Jake.
Everybody, that's how you want to see it. That was on target. The guy just made a great leaping, knocked it down.
It must be something about the atmosphere here tonight, John, that I'm now smelling like the grill and stuff coming in here. So I don't know if it's just a lower atmosphere that's keeping the smell. It must be,
but it
smells good.
Those pork chops, somebody may have to bring us one at halftime, Sam.
Listen, I'll take it I'll take it whenever you want to bring it to me. 2nd and 10, 22.8 left, first half. Grayson's going in the eye now. And it's a toss play. Hanshaw trying to get the edge. He has Mudd as a blocker in front of him. He hits the 50-yard line to the 45. Breaks a tackle down to the 40-yard line. Big run for Caden Hanshaw as he carries it down. We're going to see to the 37-yard line. That's a gain of 15 for Hanshaw. Once they spot it, the clock starts. But Brian Jones, I believe, takes his final timeout.
That was a good place to take it. You know, we get, 10 more yards? We got 2 field goal kickers that can make it from there.
Why not give them a chance? Or maybe you say, let's throw it into the end zone and let's see what we can't do here.
Oh, yeah.
15.9 remaining here in this first half of play. Again, stay tuned at halftime. We're going to talk to a guy, John, I think you might know. How about Coach Bill Embry?
Oh, nice.
From last year, a good talk that we had. Talking about, the history of Cougar football and so on. And we wanted to bring that one back this week. Glasgow leads Allen County 28-0. Right before the first half, South Warren now leads Bowling Green 17-7. 2 minutes left in the first half there. Edmondson County, I always love they trail the Tigers, John, 14-10.
What Tigers?
Drives me crazy. Catholic and Owensboro tied at 7 at the half.
That should be a good game.
Warren Central now has taken a lead against Warren East, 22-16. First and 10 out of the timeout for Grayson County. Trips left side, 1 near side. 15.9 on the clock here in the first half. Cougs lead 7-6. Bratcher in the gun. Hanshaw to his right. Takes the low snap. Has time. Steps up in the pocket. Hit as he throws. Looking near side for Hanshaw on the wheel route, and it's incomplete. He had Hanshaw. They ran that wheel route.
He had him on that sideline for a touchdown, just overthrew him.
But honestly, overthrowing is not a bad thing.
No. That's not going to hurt you.
9.6. This is one of these conversations that you need to have with your team.
Yeah.
You got to get out of bounds.
You do.
We have no timeouts, 9.6.
Yeah, you got to get out of bounds. If not, I don't know that you got enough time to get everybody up there and spike it.
No.
So you've got to get out of bounds.
Or you're doing a quick out.
Yeah.
You're doing some
5-yard out.
But honestly, this is probably one of these where you're in Hail Mary territory. The ball is on the Butler 37. 9.6. I think you're probably seeing if Jake can't let one go. You're going to send wide receiver Eli Johnston out wide to the left. Ethan Mudd is in the slot to the left as well. You've got Tyner and Linton down here to the near side. Bratcher, 2-pass, steps up, floats it near side. He's looking for Tyner, and he caught it! Is he in the end zone? No, incomplete, they're going to say. The official on the far side called it as a touchdown. The official on the near side said Tyner didn't get a foot down.
Too bad we don't have instant replay here, because I would be throwing that red flag if I was Coach Brian
Jones. We had a camera
Jones.
maybe that could have seen it. It is going to be an incomplete pass with 2 seconds left. What a catch by Kate Tyner,
That was a nice catch. Double coverage. He comes down with it, and I thought he had his feet in bounds.
The official was right there.
He was on it. He had a better view than we did.
We did. And, John, I might say you are probably just a smidge biased.
Just a little.
Just a smidge, right?
Yeah.
I'm not biased at all. I'm straight down the line.
Yeah.
As I wear a Cougar hat.
Yeah, exactly.
But, hey, even our Butler County friends that are maybe watching our broadcast, they know that we're biased.
Exactly.
They expect it.
We're not going to hide that. Yeah.
Third down and 10. 2 seconds. This will be the final play of the half. Let's see what Bratcher can do. Steps up. And he is going to be dropped at the line of scrimmage. Kind of an awkward tackle, and I hope Jake's okay.
I hope he is, too, because he rode up on his leg there.
And it appears that he is okay. No gain on that final play of the first half. Grayson County leads Butler County 7-6. It's Cougar football on K105.
Struggling with mortgage debt from COVID? Team Kentucky can help. If you restructured your home loan and deferred payments to the end of your mortgage, you may qualify for up to $60,000 in assistance to pay off that debt. Help is also available for other COVID-related hardships if you meet income guidelines. Apply today at www.protectmykyhome.org. This ad is sponsored by Kentucky Housing Corporation, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Sophia A., absent, because transportation was absent.
Maria J., Absent, because child care for siblings was absent.
Julio M. Absent because housing was absent.
Cole W.
Darren L.
Olivia H. Absent. Absent.
Absent.
Absent.
When communities and schools is present, 99% of our students are present and ready to learn.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post-9/11 veterans and their families with life-changing programs and services.
I realized I could be successful in a civilian career.
We stand by warriors and advocate for their needs going forward.
They were by my side in the hospital, and they're still with me today.
Through our programs, community, and advocacy, we're proving
anything is possible.
Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/together.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. The Cougars lead Butler County 7-6 at the half. Sam and John back with you. And John, really quick here. Some of the stats here at the half, Caden Henshaw, 11 for 65. Ethan Mudd, 5 for 31. Good to have both of them back today.
Yes.
Jake Bratcher even having some decent success running the ball, 4 for 10. And listen, he's 2 of 6 passing, but he's had a couple really close.
He has. Other than the interception, he's been right there on target. Butler County just made some good plays on the ball.
And Butler County, you're looking at this right now, they have 64 yards of total offense, averaging 2.9 yards a carry. After the past couple of weeks where teams have run all over Grayson, it's good to have them back into the scenario of this. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we will have our Cougar Conversation segment. This is Cougar Football on K105.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post-9/11 veterans and their families with life-changing programs and services.
I realized I could be successful in a civilian career.
We stand by warriors and advocate for their needs going forward.
They were by my side in the hospital, and they're still with me today.
Through our programs, community, and advocacy, we're proving
anything is possible.
Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/together.
Dear Coach.
Dear Coach. Dear Coach, they don't teach you that inner strength is the most important kind of strong. But you taught me that.
They don't teach you how to build confidence in yourself or how to deal with all the pressures all at once. But you taught me that.
First tee was more than golf. It's where I discovered what I'm capable of.
You didn't just prepare me for 18 holes. You were preparing me for every day of my life. Learn more at firsttee.org.
In life, things aren't scripted.
If you're an athlete, we need people like you and translate those skills to officiating.
You can get a lot out of it. It happens in every town, in every game.
We never have a perfect game, but the rewards always outweigh the negativities.
Bill Embry is a former PE, health, assistant principal in the Grayson County school system, and still substitute teaching. What are you, a glutton for punishment?
I guess I am. Can't get enough. I'm probably getting close to as bad as Elmer McGee.
Well, it's good to see you. Where did you go to elementary and high school?
Well, I went to elementary school at Leitchfield, the old Leitchfield school, and then I went 2 years actually at Caneyville. Then I came back to Leitchfield in the 6th grade and went through Leitchfield middle school and high school.
Was your first job at Grayson County High School?
No, actually, my first job was at McQuady Elementary over in Breckenridge County. Back in those days, there wasn't any site base or anything, and I'd heard they needed somebody over there to coach and teach, and I went over and talked to the superintendent, and they said, well, will you coach football and basketball and baseball and track? And I said, yeah. They said, you're hired. And so I taught at McQuady Elementary, a very, very small school, only had like 12 eighth grade boys, I think, something like that. So.
Did you know Mick Caba before you came back to Grayson County High School?
Well, yes. He's actually how I got into football. Me and my wife was at McDonald's in E-Town one day, and I just had known of him, and I saw him, and I was talking to him, and I said, Coach, and Gerald Claypool, if you might remember that name, he'd offered me a job from McQuady to teach PE at Wilkie. And I said, now, Coach, I said, I don't know much about football, but I said, if you need me to help you with junior pro or something like that, I'd be glad to. And he kind of grinned, didn't say anything. And the next morning, I got a call from the superintendent. He said, Bill, he said, do you want to teach at the high school? And I said, well, yeah, I'd rather. He said, if you'll help Caba coach football, we'll give you a job at the high school. I said, well, I'll go talk to him about it. And he said, he's waiting on you now at practice. So I actually go out, and they was practicing over behind the middle school at that time in the summer. And I went out there, and I didn't know much. I had my blue jeans on, probably some work boots. And I went down, and if you might remember, Don Rollins was assistant. He said, go down there and Coach Rollins to show you what to do. So I'll go down there, and he had these guys doing this, and he said, you take them over here and do this and this and this. And he called it the Richie and Louie technique. And I said, Coach, I said, you may ought to do that and let me watch. I'll do it tomorrow. So anyway, that's how I got my start under Mick Caba. And, of course, we became good friends, him and his wife and me and my wife, and he's a wonderful man.
I guess little did you know then you would end up wearing the head coaching shorts and the whistle. Your head coaching career got off to a pretty good start. You know, we talk a lot over the last 40-plus years about 1982 in particular. Just kind of tell me your thoughts about the 1982 Cougar football team.
Okay, and before I get to that, of course, I coached 2 years under Vic Clark and 2 years under Don Rollins. And then actually 81 year, we probably had maybe a better team than 82. We had – and I can say that because these same kids were, you know, juniors, and I had a whole lot of seniors, and then we had a young man that transferred out. So we wasn't supposed to be very good in 1982. We only had like 20-something players and about 15 that could play. But they were a gutty bunch. You can't name one over the other. They was about all almost equal. Just hard-nosed, tough kids. We lost our first game to Edmonson County. And I guess it made them mad. So, you know, we went back to work and played real hard. And, of course, back then it was only 4 classes. And we had sub-districts. We won our sub-district, and then we won the district. We beat Elizabethtown. And then we had to go to Franklin County. And this was 82. And if we beat Franklin County, we're 1 game away from going to Louisville. Back then, now it's at Lexington, but back then it was at Louisville. So we was 1 game away. So we go to Franklin County, and they had a real good team, but they had 2 running backs that were track record holders. I mean, they were fast, and we played them, and I'd be willing to bet that was the coldest night ever that anybody played football in the state of Kentucky. It was spitting sleet and snow, and it's about, wind was high, and their field was just a glaze of ice. And Franklin County got the ball, and they run an option play, and this guy ran about 75 or 80 yards for a touchdown. And then we got it and stumbled around there and didn't do anything, and they got it and run another play the same way, 12-0. They couldn't kick extra points. And then all of a sudden we grounded out. We drove the field, made it 12-7. There's still 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. And they got it and handed it to that other running back up the middle, and he goes 80 yards, so it's 20-7. And we still got 5 minutes to go in the first quarter, and I thought, man, what is this? So we grind it out again, so we score, and it's 20-14. And we'd given them about 260 yards on those 3 plays, and we only gave them 20 for the rest of the game. And we plugged around there, and finally in the 4th quarter, we drove the field and got down inside and scored and kicked our extra point, beat them 21-20. And that was how we got to go to the Final Four.
It seems like throughout history, anytime you go back to talk about excellence in Cougar football, that's the period that you go to. Now, from the early 80s, there's probably a pretty low valley, that we kind of went through in the 2000s or so and came back up the other side in the last 15 years or so. In particular, the last couple of seasons, we've had a couple of programs that get compared to the 82 team a lot. As a former head coach and as kind of the architect of the 82 team, how does it make you feel looking at the 23 and 24 team?
Well, I've watched them play. I'm telling Sam I don't really go as much as I need to. But I've go watch them, and a lot of those kids whose parents played for me, the Chaffins and there's some others, but we just hope that they, can go and get another Final Four. That would be nice to, for them to remember and maybe hang 2 banners in the gym down there that says Final Four or even further than that. But, I know they were doing a real good job right now, and, I wish them the best of luck.
On the show this week, I sort of teased that I was going to share with you that I have a particular love of a food item thanks to you, and it's not banana pudding, which most people would think that it is, but in addition to having you as a coach, I had you as a PE teacher as well, and I had you, I think, for maybe 3rd or 4th period, which is when we went to lunch. And so you and Coach Sapp, when we would leave the gym, we'd get out into the band hallway. You all would turn left and go to the cafeteria, and Cole and several others and we would turn right and go to town and have lunch for Chicken Littles at KFC.
Is that right? I don't know if I remember that, but
I hope you don't remember that. We thought you didn't know about it, so maybe this is news to you.
It is news to me. I guess I was pretty naive back in those days.
No, you were just motivated to get to the Commons and get your own lunch.
Yeah, there you go. I didn't miss too many lunches.
Listen, thanks for your dedication to not only Cougar football, but to the administration, the multiple schools you've been at, still serving as well. I truly appreciate you.
All right, thank you very much.
That's Coach Bill Embry. Our guest on Cougar Conversations is part of our GCHS 50 celebration.
When you bundle home and auto, good things can happen. You get a local agent who can help you choose the right coverage for you at a price that's right for you.
Call State Farm agent Duda Hudson in Leitchfield today.
It's Kyle's last spin on his turntable.
Yeah.
And the first day of Kira's new career in IT. When you donate to Goodwill, you help provide skills training and career placement. And the things you loved start a new life too.
When I grow up, I want to be a ballerina.
Because dancing makes me happy. I get to entertain people, and nothing makes me feel more like me.
PI impacts millions of children's lives. Early and accurate diagnosis and treatment gives children like Olivia a chance to achieve their dreams.
It takes a great team to put on a show. It also takes a great team of caring people to keep a dream alive. And now my dreams are coming true.
For more information, visit our website at info4pi.org.
In small towns, we share everything. Our joys, our struggles, our celebrations. Today, Grayson County shares something special. The hospital where we were born, where we bring our families, where our neighbors care for us, is one of America's top 100 rural hospitals. This is our achievement. This is our hospital. This is home. Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center. Top 100 care, hometown heart.
Cougar football on K105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. The Cougars and the Bears here at the half. Grayson leads 7-6. And John, here in this, you're looking Grayson County 115 yards of total offense in the first half of play. Butler County at only 64. We were talking here just in the break that the defense for Grayson, I think, has looked pretty good.
They have. The only points they gave up was on a short field off the interception, so defense has played really well tonight.
And that was on 4th down, too, where they kind of ran a trick play of sorts, the shovel pass, and it worked out to perfection for them. In the second half, what do you think the big key is?
Key is to get the ball moving, get some positive yards, and keep it going and run the clock and score another touchdown or two.
Butler County will be scheduled to start with the ball, but we know Brian Jones, he likes to play the odds. Do an onside kick, your defense playing pretty well.
Yep.
It worked last week. And listen, Brian Jones is an onside kick guy. I am too. I think, the analytics say that in high school football,
it's great in high school, yeah. And, over the last 5 or 6 years, how many onside kicks have we recovered? A bunch.
A lot. In fact, there was one game at Muhlenberg County. I think it was Jackson Kane, the kicker. It might have, if not Jackson, it might have been Logan Raymer, where I think they recovered 34 of them in one game.
It was a bunch that night.
I think it was like 6. I think it was.
It was a bunch that night. I remember.
Amounts. Grayson leads 7-6. Second half's next here on K105.
Smith Overhead Door isn't just about opening and closing. We're about safety, security, and style for your home or business. As a future designs company, we're lifting expectations across Grayson and surrounding counties with top brands like CHI and Chamberlain.
Hey there, I'm Kevin Brooks with Smith Overhead Door. Whether it's a sturdy LiftMeister for your garage or a sleek Clopay door for your shop, we install and service with a commitment to reliability. Smith Overhead Door, we're opening up possibilities.
Secure your entrance at SOHD.info.
Across Kentucky, treatment providers, state and local governments, and nonprofit organizations are working together to support your pathway to long-term recovery. These providers and communities of recovery will walk alongside you and help you find your recovery journey. If you or a loved one is struggling with addiction, the KY Help Call Center can connect you with resources right now when you call 833-8KY-HELP. You can also visit findhelpnowky.org to find treatment options near you.
Midway Pharmacy is your trusted local partner in health and wellness, offering free delivery so you never have to worry about picking up your medications. The friendly staff knows you by name and is always ready to assist you. Living and raising our families in the same community, they understand your needs. With a wide range of services and personalized care, Midway Pharmacy is here to make your life easier and healthier. Visit or call any countywide location today of Midway Pharmacy.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. Cougars and Bears. The Cougs up 7-6. John, this has been a fun game.
It has. Not a lot of scoring, but it has been a fun game.
It's even better that the Cougs are up 1, but, if you're Brian Jones, are you onside kicking here?
You know what? I am. Defense has played great. You've held them to 60, 65, 6 yards, something like that. Yeah, I'm onside kicking, and if you recover it, it could be a backbreaker.
Yeah, you saw it last week. They got it. They go down and score against McLean. Now, they were losing in that scenario, but they got a little burst of momentum. Evan Hasty and Lane Beasley both out there. Butler County has 5 up at the 50 and 4 at the 40. They only have 2 returners back.
And they're up at the 20.
Yes.
So and either one of those kickers can put it in the end zone.
And maybe this is one of these scenarios where Evan Hasty, who's got a big leg, you say, hey, dude, kick it deep and let's see if we can't go get it.
Yeah, exactly. You're making them backpedal, and you see if we can outrun them down there.
You got Jamison Buster down here who's very quick. We haven't called his name tonight. Here comes the kick from Evan Hasty. Again, Lane Beasley is in the vicinity as well. Right hand in the air. Hasty will kick this, and he's going to boot it deep. A booming kick that is going to be backpedaled and bobbled and dropped by Steph. He's going to pick it up at the 1-yard line, and that's why you go deep. Steph has nowhere to go. Sidesteps one man, breaks a tackle, and somehow he gets up across the 10-yard line and up near the 14. He could have been trapped inside the 5, but nice moves made by the senior Clay Steph, and we'll see where they'll officially place it. Looks like at the Butler County 14. That's what the onside kick can do, though.
Yeah.
Is things like that. Make them think about it.
Yeah, I was just curious when he dropped that if he was going to try to take a knee when it bounced down to the edge of the end zone. I'm like, he better not. That's a lie.
Let's see. It is going to officially go to the 14. That's where Butler's going to have it on their own 14. Start of the second half of play. Sam and John back with you here on a picture-perfect September evening in Leitchfield, 70 degrees. Man in motion, pops the near side. It's a run for Richardson up the middle. He breaks a tackle and then blown up.
Wow,
hit by a ton of bricks firing up the middle. That was a big hit made on the play by Matthew McAllister.
He came up and just nailed him. I mean, he stopped him in his tracks.
Gain of about 5 to the 19-yard line, but not without an extra bruise tomorrow from McAllister. First time we called his name tonight.
Yeah, first time tonight, and he came up big.
That was a big hit. Dockery in the pistol, has Meredith behind him. Extra wing back as well. Meredith run right side. He tries to string it outside, goes further outside, and he's dropped there.
And we got a flag.
Penalty flag thrown from way behind the play.
The back judge threw that thing 30 yards, I bet.
And in that vicinity, you would think a hold.
Yeah.
But you don't know. And it's an interesting decision here. Are you going 3rd and 5 or 2nd and 15 for Brian Jones?
I'm backing him up here.
I agree.
If that's the call.
Let's see. It is on Butler County, and not even going to ask Brian Jones. Hold called against the Bears. It's been a pretty clean game, though, penalty-wise. So I guess Butler County's had quite a few, but Grayson only won for 10 yards.
Yeah, they've not had very many.
And that's the difference between winning and losing a lot of times. I guess it's only a half a distance penalty, too. So it ends up going to the 11. Or really, it's like the 10.5. So it's about an 8-yard penalty. The ever-famous 8-yard hold. Second down and about 13 now for the Bears. Direct snap. Rolling out goes Meredith. Turns his body, throws. Incomplete. Intended for Carson Davis. Thrown behind him. He was being tracked down on the play by Jimmy Lear, who's back to the team. He returned from boot camp. One of the pros is, since he returned to the team, typically there is a ramp-up period. But as Brian Jones said, and the KHSA says, there's no ramp-up period needed if you're coming from boot camp because he's probably in the best shape of his life.
I would say he's in better shape than everyone else out there right now, probably.
Yes, that is probably an understatement. Thank him, too, for his future service to the country as well. 2 wide receivers on each side, 3rd down and long for the Bears. Calling a man in motion, that's Davis. He's now in the slot to the near side of the field. To pass. Meredith floats it near side, intercepted by Caden Tyner at the 32-yard line. Out of space, near side penalty flag's going to come in. Tyner dives towards the goal line. He's down inside the 5, but this is going to be a penalty on Jimmy Lear, I believe, behind the play.
He tackled the.
But Caden Tyner, that is a $50 donation from Sheriff Norman Chaffins. The play should stand.
Yes.
First $50 donated, and that was almost going to be the first defensive touchdown for Grayson County in 4 years. John, you want a Cougar trivia question? Who was the last Cougar to score a defensive touchdown?
I'm going to say, was it Kadarius Jennings?
2021. So it's
okay.
Q was on the team in 18.
Okay,
so
okay, then I don't know.
Number 15 on the football field and on the basketball court.
Oh, Chandler McCready.
Look at you, Chandler McCready. It is a hold on Grayson. Or a block in the back is the penalty, and which honestly is better than a hold. Should it only? Well, no, they're going to make that 10 yards. Block in the back should only be 5. Grayson's going to get it still, though, with great field position after the interception from Tyner. Again, $50 donated by Sheriff Norman Chaffins. Looks like Caden Tyner might have been down after that play, maybe cramping a little bit. 10:31 remaining here in this third quarter. Grayson has it on the Butler County 40-yard line. Fullback dive up the middle, diving forward for a couple of yards on the carry. That is Ethan Mudd. He'll carry it down to the 37, gain of 3. For Mudd in that first half, he had 5 carries for 31 yards. That'll bring him up now, gain of 3. So if I can do 31 plus 3, John, that should be 34.
That's 34 on 6 carries. That's a good average.
Look at me go. I can do math. 2nd and 7. Cougars lead 7-6 after the Caden Tyner interception. Huge play, too.
Yes, it is. Right here. That was a big interception.
Sticking with the eye. 2nd and 7. Senior quarterback Bratcher takes the snap, Another fullback dive for Mudd. He just dives forward and carries tacklers down to the 31-yard line, or down to the 31-yard line.
Gain of 6.
Yep, it is a gain of 6 for the run. 3rd down and 1.
You know, that kickoff deep and putting them in bad field position made them have to pass the ball like that and created an interception there.
9:20 remaining, 3rd quarter. Grayson leads 7-6, trying to add to their lead. And here on 3rd down and 1, you got every single play in the playbook here.
You do.
Because you're in 4-down territory. Hanshaw the deep back. A tight I formation. Give it to Mudd again. And he just carries tacklers down across the 25-yard line. Ethan Mudd is running with a purpose tonight. He gets 9 on the carry down to the 22. How about the run there for good old Ethan Mudd?
I like seeing that. You know, hard work pays off. You know, there's probably not a harder worker, as Coach Jones says, on that team.
Really good kid.
You know, and he's been stuck behind a really good back. You know, he would probably be the starter most years.
Yes.
At the tailback, you know.
Halftime, Warren East on top of Warren Central, 31-30.
Oh, well, that's a barn burner.
That'd be fun.
Yes, it would.
1st and 10. I saw McLean and Hart were tied at 14 at the half. Give it to Mudd again. Fullback dive. This time Butler does stop him, but not before. He carries tacklers down
4 yards
to about the 18-yard line. That's the thing with Mudd. It's 19, so it's a gain of 3 for Mudd. He's just taking the ball and he's about, poor Jake is going to need some ice on his arms, not from throwing, but because Ethan's just ripping the ball out of his hands. Yeah. I don't think Jake, if this is triple option, would have the decision to keep it himself if he wanted.
No, he's not going to keep it, or he's not pitching it because Ethan's saying, give me the ball.
Under 8 left, 3rd quarter, 7-6. Grayson leads Butler County. 39th all-time matchup in this series. Grayson leads at 21-17. Linton shifts to the right side of the line. This time it's a give to Hanshaw. He bounces it outside. Got a block outside. He's inside the 10, inside the 5. Touchdown, Grayson County. Caden Hanshaw, and a late penalty flag comes in as well. And now we got some extracurriculars. We got a fight happening on that far sideline now.
Oh, no.
Butler County is going over to join it as well as Caden Hanshaw got shoved after the play, and this is not good at all.
You've got to make sure you don't.
This is not good at all.
No, it's not.
Butler County looks like they started a fight. Caden Hanshaw might have gotten shoved in the back on the play, and this is one of these really good job by the Grayson County coaching staff, making sure nobody left the sideline, John, because if you leave the sideline, it is an automatic ejection.
Yeah, I was sitting here watching that, and you had 2 or 3 coaches and some players also saying, stay on the sideline. Stay on. And Coach Jones was going that way, but, you know, he can go that way.
He can.
Yes.
Coaches can.
Yes.
Coaches can go out there, and they're going to have to talk this over and see what happened. There was 1 or 2 punches thrown, and if it is a punch thrown, that would be an ejection.
And there were, you know, I don't know how that leaving the sideline, because Butler County was out of the box. Half of their team was in the end zone.
And
that should be the same rule.
It happened, if you're familiar with Grayson County High School, it happened underneath the softball scoreboard. Yeah. So it happened well out over there. So it's about as far away from us as possible. Jason Kincaid, the athletic director, is in there, and I'm interested to see what happened. The touchdown does count right now, and they might be ejecting. I mean,
it could be multiple players.
It could.
It really
could. And that's where I wish that we had
audio
to be able to say, hey, let's do this, because I didn't see what exactly had happened.
No, I couldn't either. I just saw a bunch of Butler County players that run in that direction, and some Grayson County players that were on the field going over to help Caden out.
Brian Jones is walking out. Josh Robbins is also near this conversation as every official is talking. Caden Hanshaw just had a 19-yard touchdown run to put the Cougars up at this point 13-6 with 7:34 left. But again, a fight, a skirmish. I'm not sure what the word is to describe this after the play.
It's hard to see from here.
And they're still discussing what had happened here. There was at least 1 or 2 punches thrown. And I think probably part of this, too, is probably some frustration from Hanshaw as he's injured and got an extra push after the play.
I'm sure. And, you know, there's 10 other guys out on our field that are going to come and have his back, I promise.
So I have someone who said that a Butler County player threw Caden nearly down on the track.
Oh, yeah.
That's someone who's down closer that has a better angle on seeing it.
Okay,
let me know. And if that's the truth, then that player probably needs to be ejected.
He does, and there's no place for that. And Caden's brothers out there are going to have his back if that happens.
And it's tough as a coach because you can't be mad, but you also have to try and keep your cool.
You do.
Okay, let's see what this is. The official is going to come and talk, and I'm not really sure what the conversation is going to be here, and he's maybe going to bring both coaches together. And he just threw a flag. Okay, so let's see what it is here. And see if there might be, and if it's an ejection, it's also an automatic suspension
next week. Yeah.
And for both of these squads, it's the last thing you want. Butler County opens district play at LaRue. Grayson opens district play at Greenwood a week from next week.
I'm hoping we can get something from Kincaid or someone that tells us if there is an ejection.
So the officials are talking now to Josh Robbins and to Brian Jones. We're trying to see what all is going on here. Again, both teams are huddled up. Butler County is on the far side. The officials, Grayson County is on the near side. The officials are huddled right now in the middle of the field. Looks like one official maybe even doesn't have his hat on the far side.
Yeah, so usually that means another flag.
I mean, there were so many flags, he might have to take his shirt off and throw on there,
exactly.
too. Brian Jones is not happy
No,
right
he's
now,
not. So
that worries you that it might be Hanshaw getting ejected. And that's going to be tough for Grayson to swallow if that is the case.
Okay. I saw Kincaid on the radio.
On the phone, I was going to see if he might be communicating. He's not going to call me.
No, but he's going to let Shane know, I'm sure.
Let's see what this is. As I'm taking my headset or taking an ear off the headset to see if it is, and there's some frustration that makes it look like it might be Hanshaw that's getting ejected, and there should be at least a couple ejected from Butler County. Unsportsmanlike conduct called against Grayson County. He's ejected. I think they said Hanshaw has been ejected.
Let's see.
Called on Butler County. He is ejected.
Yeah, Caden's taking his pads off.
So Hanshaw has been ejected for Grayson County, and a couple of ejections. And right now the Grayson County coaching staff is not happy.
Oh, I'd be livid, yeah.
Because, I mean, in another penalty called on Grayson, he's pointing left and right, but it looks like Caden Hanshaw is ejected. I don't know who the player who's been ejected for Butler County is. That's tough.
That is tough.
So Hanshaw, he's been ejected tonight. At least that's who it is, and that is a suspension for at least one game. And now the officials are bringing both of these teams in and probably saying, that's it. And from what it sounds like, again, from someone who was on the field when it happened, apparently Caden Hanshaw was drugged down on the track by the Butler County player. When it came up, there was a punch thrown. Probably some frustration here. Cougars are going to go for two here. It's a toss play to Mudd, and he will get into the end zone on the two-point conversion. Yeah. Grayson County leads 15-6. We're going to try and find out some more information about everything that happened. This is Cougar football on K105.
You complete me. Together we're one. I never want to be without you. Together's more fun. Together we are one.
Struggling with mortgage debt from COVID? Team Kentucky can help. If you restructured your home loan and deferred payments to the end of your mortgage, you may qualify for up to $60,000 in assistance to pay off that debt. Help is also available for other COVID-related hardships if you meet income guidelines. Apply today at www.protectmykyhome.org. This ad is sponsored by Kentucky Housing Corporation, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
And let's see. Grayson's going to be kicking this ball away
from the 45 on the other.
Which makes me think that at least another Butler County player was ejected in that scenario. Again, Caden Hanshaw, we can confirm, has been ejected from this game for Grayson County.
Two-point maiden attempts.
Grayson County leads 15-6, 7:34 remaining here in this third quarter. Again, an interesting situation that happened there. Here comes the kick right down the middle, and they're going to boot one into the end zone. So again, to try and set all of this up, Grayson County, there was a skirmish that happened on the far side of the field where apparently a Butler County player, as Caden Hanshaw scored the touchdown and ran towards the track, drug Hanshaw down on the track. When Hanshaw came up, there were punches thrown on both sides. Butler County, now what will happen, John, is this play will be sent to the KHSA for review, maybe even using our video, and any of those Butler County players that left that box could theoretically be subject to an ejection next week.
And if they do, they're not going to have enough players to play next week, I'm afraid.
They're headed to Butler County because it was probably 10 or 15 players that headed towards that far side.
Yeah.
Butler County will have it from the 20-yard line here as we restart this game. It is, ball comes out, looks like Grayson got it. And they did.
Oh, is that Big Will Vincent with the recovery?
Yes, it is. Big Will comes away with the football, and he is loving it right now.
Yes, he is.
He points up to the press box. It takes one play, and the Cougars have the football back. Will Vincent with the fumble recovery. .728 now. No, Butler County got it.
What?
I guess Will Vincent did not recover the ball.
Okay.
I thought he did. I could have sworn the same thing.
Well, he came up out of the pile with it.
Run, big hole, spinning off tacklers is Kevin Robbins. He's up that far side, and he's dropped at about the 27-yard line. So that is a gain of 9 yards on the run after a loss of 2 on the previous play. Order. And now do we have a timeout?
I'm not sure what the...
Yes. Timeout called by Grayson County right now. 6:39 remaining here in the third quarter. We'll take this time to see if I can't run down a score or two from around the region. Let's see what it is here. Davis County leads Christian County 26-7. Early in the second half there. Glasgow all over Allen County Scottsville 34-6, late third quarter. Let's see. Bardstown leads Nelson County 28-7. Boyle County leads Highlands 21-20 late in the fourth quarter. That's a good game happening there.
That is a good game.
Apollo leads Hancock County 42-7. Owensboro now leads Owensboro Catholic 27-7. That'll be the first win for the Red Devils as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
No, they won last week. They beat Davis County.
I really thought Owensboro Catholic would probably have their number tonight, but
I believe that game is at Rash Stadium.
Okay. Well, that's the home field for both teams.
No, but Catholic plays at Wesleyan. There's the punt, and it's down at the 48-yard line. Rash Stadium is Owensboro's home stadium. So they do play different.
Okay, now Catholic used to play at Owensboro. That's the reason I thought that.
So the punt is down at the 48-yard line of Grayson County. They do play at Kentucky Wesleyan for their home games now. And what are you doing here if you're Grayson? You've lost your running back, Caden Hanshaw.
You know, just keep handing it to Ethan Mudd up the middle. You know, I move Buster to the tailback, leave Ethan Mudd at the fullback, and just run that fullback dive.
First and 10.
See, you know, somebody is at the.
That is Buster.
I think it is Buster at the tailback.
Mudd is the fullback. First and 10. Grayson leads 15-6. Butler showing pressure, and it's a fullback dive up the middle for Mudd. Again, just running over tacklers, carrying it down to the 44-yard line.
What, about 9 yards on that carry?
It'll be 8 or 9. It's going to be 9 down to the 43 on the run for Big Ethan Mudd. Mudd now tonight has
64 yards
11
on
carries for 64 yards. Hanshaw finishes with 12 for 84 with 2 touchdowns. 2nd and 1. Under 6 minutes and counting, third quarter, 15-6. I formation for Grayson. Buster is the deep back. Again, Butler showing pressure that's up the middle. It's a toss play, and it's caught, thrown over the shoulder, and it's dropped for a loss on the play.
That was a good play, though, by Bratcher. You know, smart. Get rid of it.
Gave it to Buster. It's a loss of 2 back to the 45 as Butler read that play perfectly as Robbins fired up the middle, and by the time Bratcher had the ball, he was in his face.
Yeah, he either had to take the sack or throw it and do that.
5:10 and counting here in this third quarter. Grayson County leads 15-6. 3rd and 3 for Grayson County. They need to get it down to the 42. Bratcher, I think, might have kept it himself that time, and there's nothing there at all.
Yeah, he lost
no
maybe
gain
more.
for Bratcher. Maybe you lost a half a yard, but since you're at home, half a yard equals, nope, they're going to, loss of maybe 6 inches. So no gain on the run for Jake Bratcher. And now decision time here for Brian Jones, and I think you're going for it on 4th
You're
and 3.
going for it.
But this is where you probably would have turned it and handed it off to big number 3, Caden Hanshaw, but he is not in the game.
Yeah, so you gotta do something different here. Hey, give it to number 5. Let that see what that speed will do.
Or you just give it to number 7.
7, yeah, he's getting 5 yards a carry almost. So hey, or 6. He
He's
might be getting
5.8.
6. Yeah, so give it to number 7.
Trips right side, 1 near side. Butler again showing pressure up the middle. Do we have a whistle blown?
We got a delay of game.
And now
that's a game change on how you call this.
I think he called it a holding penalty. The official went like this.
Well, the back judge threw the flag.
I was going to say, you went like
I was gonna say.
Holding without snapping the ball, John. You're a lineman.
Yeah,
Does that ever happen?
No, but sometimes I felt like it did.
Maybe when you're playing some of those Nelson County schools from back in the 90s, right?
Nelson, North Hardin, yeah.
It's a different level of football,
wasn't it? It was a whole different level, Those first few years of 4A football when there was only 4 classes.
4th and 8 for Grayson. They're going to keep the offense on the field. They lead 15-6. Bratcher to pressure. They're going to set up a screen. It's caught by nope, he dropped it. He had it at the 50, but a drop for Tyner, and that is a turnover on downs, and Butler County will get the football back. I like the play call.
I do too, because I think if he caught it, he had a chance for the first down.
Butler's going to get it on the Grayson 49-yard line. Cougars lead 15-6. It's a big stand here that needs to happen for this defense.
Yeah, it is. We are up 2 possessions, but it is gut check time here for your defense. Like you say, you got to be the fire squad.
Pistol look for Dockery. Almost a wing back in there. It's a run up the middle for Meredith. He hits the 45-yard line, tries to break a tackle, and he does. He dives down across the 40-yard line down to about the 39. It's a gain of 10 yards on the run for Butler County, and I believe that might be their longest run of the game, and it is.
Who was that?
That was Richardson.
Richardson, okay.
Gain of 10 down to the 39. That's their longest run of the game.
It is.
I think the run defense for Grayson has been pretty good tonight.
It has. He just found a little crease there and took advantage of it.
1st and 10 for Butler. And check with me now at the sideline, and they're going to shift the running back to the left of Dockery, the freshman starting quarterback. They're going to give it to Meredith. He goes high side, and he's hit. Dropped after a pickup of about 2 yards.
Ball out, or was
Did the ball come out? No, I guess he was probably down.
Yeah, I think so.
Gains about 2 up that far side, maybe even just 1 for Meredith, rather, on the carry. And you better get used to this Meredith
No, that was
Dockery combo.
Richardson.
Richardson, that's what I meant.
Richardson.
I don't know why I'm saying Meredith.
I know. When you said that, I was looking. I was like, I don't see a Meredith on the roster. So, okay.
I'm old, John.
That's all right. I
forget
understand.
things. It's been a weird quarter. It's
it
been
has
a weird
been.
quarter. 2:15 left in the third quarter. It's 15-6. Again, a skirmish between Grayson and Butler broke out after a touchdown. Kept on the read option by Dockery. Dives forward and a big hit laid down by Matthew McAllister, and that is going to be a penalty on McAllister. He led with his helmet.
Yeah. In college, that would get you ejected.
Yes, that would be targeting probably on Matthew McAllister. He led with his helmet there, and that's going to be a personal foul 15 on the end of what was about, we're going to say a 7-yard pickup right now, but that'll turn out to be a, 7 plus 15 is 22.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big personal foul.
And that's going to move the ball down to the
16-yard
line. Yeah, it makes sense. And this is a big play now. Grayson here, you're up 9, but Butler's knocking on the door now. 1st and 10. Run. Right side, Richardson breaks a tackle. He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Butler County. 16-yard touchdown run by Caden Richardson. And, John, just like that.
We've got a ball game. Oh, no.
Oh,
no,
never mind.
Take it back
There's a
off the
hold
board.
called against the Bears. I didn't see the penalty flag.
I didn't see it either.
It might be sitting right there at about the
oh, yeah, it's right there at
yeah.
the 16-yard line.
Yeah.
I see it now. I was watching the ball and didn't see the flag. That's a big penalty for them. Take a touchdown off the board, and now you're 1st and 20.
That'll move it back to the 26. A lot of penalties now adding up in this game, including a couple of ejections. We don't have all of the names that were ejected, and they don't think to let the media know on that. I'm sure we'll find out after the game as to who just happened to be ejected in the game. Run. This time it is, I believe that's Robbins, spins down across the 20-yard line.
That was
Robbins is
no,
Richardson?
I believe it's Richardson. He made a nice little jump cut there. And
let's see where Richardson will officially get this ball placed.
I think he got, 9 yards on that carry?
Looks like they're going to say down to the 17. That's correct. It's a 9-yard carry.
Okay, I got a text on something about the ejection.
2nd down and 11.
Never mind, it wasn't. Hmm.
1:08 and counting, third quarter. Grayson leads 15-6. Butler gives it to Robbins. This time he is hit, but the forward momentum will carry him across the 15-yard line down to about the 12. Give Robbins 5 yards. 3rd down and manageable for Butler County. They will have to snap it one more time in this quarter. Actually, it's certain longer.
Yeah, it's what, 3rd and 7?
7, yeah. And Butler, you're in 4-down territory here. 30 seconds left in the third quarter. Meredith, or that's rather Dockery, hands off to Robbins, and he's wrapped up near the 1st down marker. Bodies piling, and they're going to blow the play dead, maybe half a yard short.
Yeah.
The forward progress after the whistle did carry him across the 1st down marker. Let's see what the play is going to say. It is 4th down, and that will probably take us to the 4th quarter of play, and it will. 15-6, Grayson leads Butler, but the Bears are knocking on the doors. This is Cougar football on K105.
Wounded Warrior Project empowers post-9/11 veterans and their families with life-changing programs and services.
I realized I could be successful in a civilian career.
We stand by warriors and advocate for their needs going forward.
They were by my side in the hospital, and they're still with me today.
Through our programs, community, and advocacy, we're proving
anything is possible.
Learn more at woundedwarriorproject.org/together.
Dear Coach. Dear Coach.
Dear Coach, they don't teach you that inner strength is the most important kind of strong. But you taught me that.
They don't teach you how to build confidence in yourself or how to deal with all the pressures all at once. But you taught me that.
First tee was more than golf. It's where I discovered what I'm capable of.
You didn't just prepare me for 18 holes. You were preparing me for every day of my life. Learn more at firsttee.org.
15-6, Grayson County leads Butler County as we start the fourth quarter of play. Again, we've had a couple ejections, a lot of penalties in this second half. Butler County, though, this ball will officially be moved down to the 8-yard line on this. That's where Butler gets it. It's fourth down and about 1.5 here for the Bears. They trail 15-6. John had to step away really quick, so Sam Gormley here with you on the call. They're going to load up the backfield. One wide receiver to the left, one wide receiver to the right. Couple of running backs behind. Run, stutter step by Robbins. Looks like he has enough to move the chains for a first down. Gets it down to the 5-yard line. Needed 2, gains 3, down to the 5 for Robbins. First and goal for Butler County now. 15-6 is the game. Grayson leads here early on in this fourth quarter. Robbins gains 3 yards on that carry. Robbins to the left. Ball over top of the head, but diving after and a big loss as picking it up off the turf and saving what would have been a massive loss was Richardson. As that's going to go all the way back to the 12-yard line, a loss of 7 yards on what was first down and goal. That's huge. Huge there for Grayson County as it moves it back 7 yards. As it was not a great snap. It hit off the hand of the quarterback, Dockery, and diving after it was Richardson. Pistol look. Handoff up the middle. Robbins breaks through a tackler, hits another one. He drags somebody down to the 5-yard line. Robbins ends up getting down inside the 5. Let's see where they'll officially place it. Down to maybe right at about the 5. Nope, even the 4. That's a gain of 8 yards on the run for Kevin Robbins. Robbins now in the game, 6 carries for 34 yards. He also has a touchdown. 10 minutes remaining in this fourth quarter. It's 15-6 Grayson. But Butler County has a third down and goal from the 4. Toss play, near side, trying to turn upfield, diving towards the goal line, but being stopped short on the play. They gave it to Richardson on the little toss. And it'll be fourth down and goal. It's a gain of 2 yards on the completion. Dockery now 5 of 12 passing for 37 yards. Fourth down and goal from the 2. Can the Cougar defense come up with a big stop? In fact, actually, it's only a gain of 1, so it'll be from the 3. Nine minutes and counting. Dockery in the gun. Robbins to his right. They're going to shift Richardson in motion. Rolling out is Dockery. Looking to the end zone. Throwing backside. No one's there. Turnover on downs. Intended in the back of the end zone for Drake Bratcher, but he overran the play, and the play was thrown behind him. That is a big play for Grayson County. turnover on downs. The Cougars will get the ball back. They lead 15-6. Again, if you just joined us, they're without their leading rusher, Caden Hanshaw, who was ejected from the game in the third quarter, along with at least one player from Butler County, if not two. 8:49 remaining in the game. Cougars have it on their own 3-yard line. Toss play, near side, breaking out of it, and breaking tacklers up to the 5-yard line, to the 10, coming down, and up to the 15-yard line. Nice run by Jamison Buster, gain of 12 for Grayson County. How about Buster showing off the wheels, and if that last tackler wouldn't have been there, it would have been a big gain. 1st and 10 from the 15-yard line for Grayson County. And I'm sure if you're Brian Jones, you're hoping Butler County does not touch this ball again. They lead 15-6, 8:23 remaining. I formation. Mudd is the fullback. Buster is the deep back. Run Buster up the middle. He dives forward for a pickup of 1 yard, right side to the 16-yard line. Couple of touchdowns from Caden Hanshaw in this game. He finishes with 12 carries for 84 yards. Ethan Mudd, 11 for 64 right now. Jamison Buster now 2 for 13. Bratcher 3 of 8 passing for only 7 yards. But again, that clock is going to continue to run. Grayson with a 2-possession lead. That's your best friend in the world right now. 7:30 remaining in the game. Buster is the lone deep back. Nope, Mudd is hiding back there. They're going to give it to Buster. He hits the 20-yard line, and he's drugged down up near the 25. Runs right behind big Ethan Mudd, who's had himself a great game. Looks like to the 25. Gain of 9. It'll bring up 3rd down and inches for Grayson County. I mean, this ball is 3rd and about half a yard for the Cougars. Under 7 to go, they lead 15-6. Led 7-0, led 7-6 at the half after they blocked an extra point. That was the difference for a long period until the touchdown heard around the world. 3rd and 1. Bratcher keeps it himself, and he needed one, and he got one. Carries it to the 26-yard line. 1st down, Grayson County. On the run, that's Jake Bratcher. He got just enough. In fact, actually, he gets 2 up to the 27-yard line for Grayson. 6:20 remaining in the game. 15-6. Cougars lead. Clock continuing to run. Handoff. Buster, right side, hits the 30-yard line, and he's dropped, crossing the 30, getting up to about the 33. On the run is Jamison Buster. On the carry, you can give him 6 yards to the 33. Buster now on this drive. He had no carries entering it. He's got 4 for 28 on this drive, averaging 7 yards a carry. 2nd and 4 for Grayson. Cougars next week will travel to Greenwood, and then they will also have a game at Barron County 2 weeks from tonight. Under center goes Bratcher. Mudd the fullback. Anthony Linton shifts to the right side of the line. Butler loading up the box. And ball comes out at the end, fumble on the play, and it looks like Butler County fell on it. And did they? We haven't seen an official signal. They did. Fumble. It was a bad handoff from Bratcher to that was given to Buster, and it is a fumble on the play. Ball given back now to Butler. That's not what you wanted. 5:20 to go. Butler still needs to score twice, though, in this game. They have good field position. Placed in the Grayson County 27-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Bears. Trail by 9. Handoff. Hit. Dropped. Great tackle coming around the edge to make it was Evan Hasty. He brings down Richardson on the play, and a Bear is slow to get up after. It's the big offensive lineman, Xander Stokes. Appears he's okay. I think he just needed to take an extra breath. No gain on the run. They've kept Richardson in check tonight. 13 carries for 37 yards by our count. 2nd and 10. Butler needs to probably pick up the pressure a little bit. 4:40 to go. Pick up the tempo. 2 pass. Dockery, play fake. He's throwing down near side. Got a receiver. Caught. Touchdown. Davis had it. Got past 3 Cougar defenders, and he finds the back of the end zone. And just like that, a 27-yard touchdown pass puts the Bears right back in this ball game. Carson Davis pulls in the touchdown catch for Davis. That is his 3rd receiving touchdown of the season. And the Bears are going to, they're going to go for 2 here. 4:33 left. 2-point conversion attempt. Throwing over the middle. Caught. 2-point conversion's good. It's 15-14 with 4:33 to go. Buckle in. We could have ourselves an excellent ending, as this is Cougar football on K105.
Connection builds community. It grows the minds of future citizens and leaders. Connection teaches. It encourages. It builds confidence through relationships, through partnerships, through small daily acts, through high-impact programs at all levels. Connection says together, we can.
The one thing I know about Grayson County Schools, when you get the right people going in the right direction, anything's possible.
We are GC Connected.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Leitchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
It is a ball game right now with 4 minutes and 33 seconds remaining in the game. Butler County, after the fumble on the missed handoff, they tried to give the ball to Buster, not on the same page. Butler County falls on it, and the second play of that drive was a 27-yard touchdown pass from Dockery to Davis. The 2-point conversion is good, making it 15-14. Grayson leads by 1 in this game. John Reed joins us here. And it is an onside kick, but Grayson falls on it. Shane Hall falls on it. They go right up the middle at the 46-yard line. And, John, this is a tough scenario if you're Grayson. Without your bell cow, Kate Hanshaw, you got to find an answer to hopefully not let the Bears have this ball back.
Yeah, you do. And you got to have your senior Ethan Mudd probably just be the bell cow here. Just turn around and hand him the ball and say it's yours.
I tried to keep up with our stats as much as I could during that. You should have seen it. I had like 7 hands in here.
I understand.
1st and goal from their own 46-yard line for Grayson County. 1-point lead. And now a whistle blown. Brian Jones wants a timeout with 4 minutes and 31 seconds left in the game. We'll take it with him. This is Cougar football on K105.
Okay, time to see if I got it.
Yes!
It is my honor to welcome you to the class of 2029. See you, teacher! Congratulations and welcome to the Big Blue Nation!
Everyone deserves a bright future. Find your future at futurity.org.
When garbage is thrown on the ground, tossed out a car window, illegally dumped,
or poured down storm drains, it all ends up in our streams and lakes. Which means that pretty soon we'll be reeling in.
Out of the timeout, first down and 10 for Grayson County. Brian Jones takes it. It's a run for Mudd. He bounced it outside to the near side. Mudd hits the 50-yard line, sidesteps a man. He crosses the 45. Ethan Mudd shoved out of bounds down at the 41-yard line. What a run for Ethan Mudd.
Wow, he made a nice little hurdle sidestep there and gained about 14 yards.
Gets it down to the 40-yard line. That is a gain of exactly 14 yards for Mudd. Mudd's had himself a great game tonight.
Yes, he has. I'm glad to see him step up here and have a good game.
It's 12 carries for 78 yards now for Ethan Mudd. First and 10. Probably should have stayed in bounds, taking some more time off the clock, but it's easy for me to say that too. I'm not the one getting hit. First and 10 from the Butler 40-yard line. Again, the Bears showing pressure up the middle. They rush it again. They hit Mudd. Mudd falls forward for a loss of 1. As Robbins is reading the snap count really well right now. It's very close to an offside.
It is, and, they're bringing 2 backers up there, and,
and that's where you got a hard count, right?
You do. I think if you do, you catch them.
Absolutely, because Robbins is trying to read that snap count.
And he timed that one well.
And it might be one of these things where you tell Jake, there is no play here.
Yeah.
There's no play. Sit hut.
Yep. And then
try to get him to jump.
Take a timeout if not.
Clock does move on the loss of 1 yard for Mudd. Trips right side. They'll give it to Mudd. Sidesteps a man as he crosses the 40-yard line, and he gets down to about the 38. Josh Robbins does have all 3 timeouts. It's a gain only of 2 down to the 39. I thought he might have gotten 3.
I thought he did too, the way they first marked it.
3rd and 9. Decision time for Brian Jones here. I think you got to keep it on the ground.
I think you do too. You got to keep that clock running.
In the passing game, you have 7 passing yards tonight.
Yeah. It's
a little confusion. You do have Eli Johnston coming in to the game. And he's going to spread down here to the near side.
Under 10 seconds.
3rd and 9 for Grayson. Bratcher in the gun with Mudd to his left. Ball on the floor, picked up by Bratcher, and they're going to say his knee was down. I don't think it was.
I don't either.
But the official had a lot better of an angle, and immediately Josh Robbins is going to take a timeout. And what do you do here? It's a loss of 6 on the run, technically by Bratcher after the bad snap. And if there was ever a time you couldn't have a bad snap, it was that time. What do you do?
I think you got to punt it.
I think you do.
Punt it, play defense.
2:40 to go. Grayson leads 15-14. Butler County will get the ball back. They have 2 timeouts remaining. Now, the one thing with the Bears is they can pass the ball. They do have success in doing that this season. Tonight, though, you're looking at quarterback Dockery today is 6 of 14 for 63 yards, but 27 of those just came on that last play. And, you're looking at Dockery right now. Of the 6 completions, 22 and 27 have come on 2 plays. Other ones, 1, 5, 7.
Yeah, he's found, Davis a couple times.
Yeah, Davis, receiving-wise, has 8 targets.
Yeah.
And 3 catches. They are going to punt.
Pin them inside the 20 be nice. Inside the 10 would be great.
How about inside the 5? You can do that?
Yeah, we can do that. A little coffin corner kick would be nice.
The Bengals had a good one. It's a bad snap. Gotten away. Not a good one. Might have been partially blocked. And it's going to roll at the 30-yard line. Takes a Grayson County roll down to the 27. That might have been partially blocked after a bad snap. Beasley somehow got it away. It gets down to the 27. That is only an 18-yard punt. And now, John, well, this is what a defense.
This is what you play for right here.
Down by 1 is Butler County.
Hey, they still got time to run the ball with 2 timeouts. But with a freshman quarterback, if they start passing, I throw a few blitzes in here, put some pressure on him.
Ball at the 27. They have intercepted him once tonight.
They have.
It was Caden Tyner that pulled down that interception. 2:29 to go. Grayson leads by 1. 15-14. Butler County has it. They'll be working from left to right. In the gun, read option, throwing over the middle. It's caught by Kevin Robbins. He goes right up to the middle to the 50. He's being chased by a host of Cougars to the 30, to the 20. He's down inside the 10. Kevin Robbins, they run a little jump pass over the middle. There are no penalty flags on the play. Humongous gain for Robbins.
Oh, wow, that was
Let's see where they'll place this. It goes down, it looks like, to the 10-yard line.
Okay, that's a
40 plus 23 is 63 yards on one play to Kevin Robbins.
Yeah, 60.
And now you are in a dangerous, dangerous situation for Grayson County. First and goal, 2:18 left. You have one timeout.
Yeah, I hate to say it, but you may have been better off to let him score there.
Unless, yeah. I don't really
don't
know what
either. Because, I mean, a field goal wins the game.
Pistol look, run. Robbins, left side, carries it inside the 10-yard line, down inside the 5 now, down to the 4. That's a gain of 6 on the run for Kevin Robbins.
That was actually, I think that was 0.
Was it?
Yeah, because I saw 6 over
Richardson.
here blocking.
Okay, so it was Richardson on the carry.
Yeah, you know.
Second and goal from the 4, and now, I mean,
yeah,
if you are Brian Jones, you do have to decide on, how much trust you have in your defense.
Yeah.
To step up here. 1:45 and counting in the game.
After this play, you've got to almost think about taking your time out after this play.
You got one left. Does Grayson County. Second and goal from the 4. Run. Bottled up.
Bottled, didn't it?
No gain at all on the left side. Now I don't think you take your timeout.
No, I don't either. I think you save it. What do you
Let's see where they'll place this. Looks like a loss. Back to the 5-yard line. It's a loss of 1. Third and goal from the 5 now for Butler County. 1:10 remaining in the game. Grayson County leads 15-14. Bears have it, third down and goal. Defense, this is what you need. Couple of running backs in the backfield. Robbins would be a lead blocker. It's given to Robbins. He comes near side and he's dropped. Gain of maybe 1. Big play around the edge, Lane Beasley.
That was a big play by Beasley. Gain of 1.
And now Brian Jones takes a timeout. I think this is a good timeout. 43.9 seconds remaining. And boy, oh boy, oh boy. Comes down to one play.
Well, will Robbins kick a field goal? Will Coach Robbins elect to kick a field goal to win the game?
That is a decision to make.
But it is on the left hash. Is it on the left hash or is it in the center? I can't.
It's shaded a little to the left. Your kicker, Jonathan Portillo, is 0 of 1 today, 4 of 7 on PATs in his career. He has not attempted a PAT. This is a glorified PAT.
It is. It's probably a 22, 23-yard field goal.
You'd be looking at, usually you add 18 to 5, so a 23-yarder. This is almost deja vu to last year against North Bullets. Grayson County blocked the field goal that would have sent them to win the game. Obviously, we know what happened in overtime. And Portillo is running out there.
And we blocked an extra point earlier tonight on a bad snap, but hey.
Here comes the kick for Jonathan Portillo. He is their soccer player, leads the soccer team with 16 goals. This would give Butler County the win. They're placing it at the 10-yard line. Good snap, good hold. The kick is long enough, and Portillo misses it.
Good.
Wide left. It's no good. 41.3 seconds left. Butler County can stop the play twice, but John, it's not going to matter. Portillo misses it wide left.
Victory formation, just make a good snap. Let Jake Bratcher drop to a knee a couple times.
And if they want to take their timeout, they can.
They can.
But the game is over.
Unless
barring
a bad snap.
And that's where, if you're Brian Jones, you tell that center, buddy, I don't care what you do. Jake Bratcher needs to touch this ball.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize in high school football it came back out to the 20.
I guess because it's inside the 20, so that's even better.
All right. Yeah, that gives us a little room to not worry about getting a safety if a bad snap.
41.3 left. Grayson has it on their own 20-yard line. The Cougars are going to snap their losing streak tonight. It wasn't pretty.
No, it
but John,
wasn't.
As a Bengals fan from last Sunday, it doesn't matter. All that matters is you get a win.
Hey, a W gets you back on track.
Portillo misses the field goal that would have won them the game. Bratcher goes down to a knee. Will Robbins stop the clock? It does not appear that he will.
I don't think he will.
Grayson County snaps their 2-game losing streak and moves to 2-2 on the season.
That'll be it. They're gonna. I think maybe are they gonna let the play run out? Clock? Are they gonna let the clock run out?
Let's
see
really,
what. Let's see.
One of those
I mean, they
scenarios where it
should.
doesn't matter. Triple zeros are getting ready to be on the clock. Grayson County survives at home. John, it doesn't matter what it looks like. The only thing that matters is at the end of the night, you got more points.
That's exactly right. And I'll take an ugly W over a pretty loss anytime.
Cougars win 15-14 against Butler County. We'll take a break. More comes up after this. This is Cougar football right here on K105.
Love the hustle, Cliff. Who are you?
Your lungs.
We're quite proud of you.
Even though you quit smoking years ago, you may be at risk for lung cancer.
Okay. Well, with the routine screening, you can detect it early when it's more curable.
Sounds good, guys. Can I get a little space here?
Biologically, no.
Okay.
Listen to your lungs. Get a routine screening that could save your life. Talk to your doctor and learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Cougar football on K105.
Well, sometimes they say it's better to be lucky than good. Cougars might have been a little lucky tonight, but in the end, they win 15-14. The fifth quarter show from Cougar Stadium is next. Cougars win 15-14. This is Cougar football on K105.
Struggling with mortgage debt from COVID? Team Kentucky can help. If you restructured your home loan and deferred payments to the end of your mortgage, you may qualify for up to $60,000 in assistance to pay off that debt. Help is also available for other COVID-related hardships if you meet income guidelines. Apply today at www.protectmykyhome.org. This ad is sponsored by Kentucky Housing Corporation, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
You complete me. Together we're one. I never want to be without you. Together's more fun. Together we are one.
Food isn't just fuel to live, it's fuel to grow. My family relied on public assistance to help provide meals for us. These meals fueled my involvement in theater and the arts as a child, which fostered my love for acting. The Feeding America network of food banks helps millions of people put food on the table. When people are fed, futures are nourished. Join the movement to end hunger, and together we can open endless possibilities for people to thrive. Visit feedingamerica.org/actnow.
Sophia A., absent, because transportation was absent.
Maria J., absent, because child care for siblings was absent.
Julio M., absent, because housing was absent.
Cole W.
Darren L.
Olivia H., absent. Absent.
Absent.
Absent.
When communities and schools is present, 99% of our students are present and ready to learn.
Did you hear?
Todd's in the hospital.
Who's Todd? He got a collapsed lung from vaping. He thought it was cool.
Not cool.
Promise you won't vape, Emma. It can lead to a lifelong addiction, and we can't be friends if your lungs collapse.
bogus.
Wacky sitcom teens aren't the best people to talk to your kid about vaping.
Hey, you got a minute?
You are. Start the conversation with your child about vaping today.
Measles cases are on the rise, but there's good news. The MMR vaccine is the safest way to protect yourself and your community from measles, mumps, and rubella. Measles isn't just a rash. It can lead to serious health issues like pneumonia and brain swelling, even in healthy kids. That's why doctors recommend 2 MMR doses for lifelong protection. And cost shouldn't be a barrier. Many vaccines are free, even without insurance. Call 855-598-2246 to find a provider near you. This message is paid for by Kentucky Voices for Health, the Kentucky Broadcasters Association, and this station.
Everyone has a ritual, that small thing that keeps us focused.
A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out that self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and your mental health.
Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Midway Pharmacy is your trusted local partner in health and wellness, offering free delivery so you never have to worry about picking up your medications. The friendly staff knows you by name and is always ready to assist you. Living and raising our families in the same community, they understand your needs. With a wide range of services and personalized care, Midway Pharmacy is here to make your life easier and healthier. Visit or call any countywide location today of Midway Pharmacy.
Welcome back here to Cougar Stadium, where the Grayson County Cougars have won tonight by the final score of 15-14 against Butler County. Sam and John now join you here in the booth. And John, sometimes I feel like, I think we counted up about between 80 and 100 games a year.
Oh, yeah.
And about 5 per year. At the end of it, I just feel like I need to go. And this is the first one of this year where I need to go.
Yeah.
And I think that's really the way to describe it, because you mentioned when we were going to break, there's so much we could ask Coach Jones about this game, and I said there's a lot I want to ask him off the air as well.
Exactly.
But, hey, in the end, right there,
that's all that matters.
All that matters is the Cougars have picked up a win, 15-14 against Butler County, and if you just joined us, you missed it.
It was an eventful night.
It was. And the thing is it was an eventful second half and primarily an eventful third quarter as well throughout this game. We had a couple of ejections on both sides. Cougars took a 15-7 lead. Couple of big plays by Butler through the air. Turnovers on both sides. And listen, Grayson, John, I mean, they're getting lucky here tonight to come away with a win.
They are. But, they did look better than they did last week.
They did. And Butler County, I think, might be a little better than we thought. And a lot of credit goes to Josh Robbins for the job that he's done. And this squad here, they're very young. They've got a really bright future here moving forward.
Yeah, I was looking down at roster, and I'm like, I don't see a lot of seniors, a lot of freshmen and sophomores. And I'm like, he's got a bright future there.
Freshman starting quarterback and a sophomore running back.
Yeah, and those are 2 really good players.
Robbins, I believe, is a junior. Yeah, so you've got your top 3 players are all back next year. And you better believe they're probably going to circle that game when this game goes to Morgantown week 4 next year.
I guarantee you they will.
But I would assume there's probably 1 or 2 on Grayson County that might be circling that game.
Yeah, I got a feeling.
Not naming any names or anything. But Grayson wins today 15-14. The stats from this game, John, I mean, this is one of these days where, my goodness, there's a lot of stats for us to talk about. So Caden Hanshaw, you have him for 12 for 84. Ethan Mudd, 13 for 77. Jamison Buster, 4 for 28. If that's wrong, it's on me, because that's when you
I had to
stepped out really quick. Jake Bratcher, 3 of 8 passing for 7 yards. Shane Hall had 1 catch for 3 yards. Caden Tyner had 1 for 6. Jamison Buster had 1 for -2.
And that was a little throwaway.
Yes, that was the one where Bratcher avoided the sack on it. For Butler County, Richardson, they did a really good job against him.
Yeah.
15 carries for 42 yards. Robbins goes 7 for 35. Dockery, 7 for 15 for 126 and a touchdown. And really, he was bottled up until their last 2 drives of the game, where they had a 63-yard pass to Robbins and a 27-yard pass that turned into a touchdown for Davis. And the thing is Portillo just missed the field goal at the end, and Grayson County wins the game because of it.
Yeah, exactly. And, Robbins had, or Dockery, I'm sorry, had 126 yards, but 3 on 3 passes, really.
Yes.
He had 2 for 20-something and 1 for, 60?
22, 27, 63.
I mean, that's all his yards pretty much, right?
Correct. And then the other ones, you had 7, 1, 1, 5 in there.
You're happy with you don't want to give up the big play, but the rest of the night you're happy.
We'll talk to Coach Jones next. Cougars win 15-14. This is Cougar football on K105.
For each life moment, your kids could get free or low-cost health coverage from Medicaid or CHIP. Kids up to age 19 are covered for checkups, vaccines, dentist visits, hospital care, and more. Your kids may be eligible now, even if you've applied before. And if they already have Medicaid or CHIP, remember to renew every year. Get started now at insurekidsnow.gov. Paid for by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
When garbage is thrown on the ground, tossed out a car window, illegally dumped, or poured down storm drains, it all ends up in our streams and lakes. Which means that pretty soon we'll be reeling in more trash than fish. Do your part to keep our new Kentucky home clean. Thanks, Team Kentucky.
I crave adventures that spark joy and create memories. Sailing the seas with Royal Caribbean or exploring the magic of Disney parks. And with your global getaway, my dreams are expertly crafted. From all-inclusive Caribbean resorts to tailor-made itineraries, Mark turns wanderlust into reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary?
Your global getaway. Expertise in unforgettable vacations. Call Mark at 270-296-0106 or visit yourglobalgetaway.com. Start living your travel dreams today.
Yes, start living your travel dreams today.
Paying for your student's college can feel overwhelming. Scholarships and grants help, but they might not cover everything. That's where the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan comes in. With competitive low interest rates and no application, late, or other fees, the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan offers a smooth and affordable solution. Owned and managed by a state-based nonprofit lender, we're committed to helping families like yours. Apply today and take the next step in supporting their dreams. Visit KentuckyAdvantageLoan.com or call 800-988-6333 to learn more.
105.
Welcome back here to Grayson County High School. Cougars win tonight by the final score of 15-14. And Coach Jones joins us now. And, Coach, I made the comment to John that, sometimes there's those games that just at the end of it you just go, whew, thank goodness. You found a way to win. I'm a Bengals fan on Sunday. At the end of that game, I was like, you know what, it might have not been the prettiest thing in the world, but at the end of the night, the only stat that actually matters is points. And at the end of the night, you had one more than them, and that's, I guess, really all that matters in the end.
Yeah, definitely happier to be up here after a win than a loss, that's for sure. But, I don't know. It, first drive, I felt like we moved the ball well pretty much the whole night. But the first one doesn't finish in points. Then we have a 17-play drive that, eats up a ton of clock, and you feel good about yourself. And, throw an interception, untimely, they score. We were fortunate there was a bad snap and get a block there, and that probably proved to be the difference in the game, to be honest with you. And we had talked at halftime when we were talking about different things. I said, we get a stop and a score. Do we go for 2 to make it a 2-score game? Or do we go for 1 and say they've got to score a 2-point conversion on us? And so we had kind of decided that. So let's decide now when we've got clear minds and, all the guys in the room were kind of in agreement to go for 2. And so, we knew before I told them at halftime, I said, listen, when we get a stop and a score, we're going for 2. So don't come run off the field, we're going for 2. Of course, we had the debacle down there in the end zone, and we had conversations throughout the entire first half of the game, that Caden was talking with some of the officials and felt like they were trying to get some shots in on him in the pile. And I obviously in a pile you can't see it, but he spoke to them numerous times. And then you got a kid that's 15 yards out of bounds, out of the back of the end zone over on the track, that gets tackled. And of course, we preach that you got to take it because you're going to get hit with a flag too, and but I can't swear that if somebody slung me down on the track that far away from the field that
coming back from injury,
that I wouldn't come up pretty hostile myself. I'll be interested to see it back. I don't know. Sometimes I wish we didn't play these guys because my experience since I've been in Kentucky, I've played against this group, and it just seems to always get chippy. It didn't matter if I was at Todd County or from here, Grayson County. It just seems like that gets that way a lot. And I've been at 2 schools, and they're the common denominator. So, but anyhow, I'm proud of the guys and the grit they showed. I'll be curious to talk with Coach Embry about that last score. But we've got to be better. Just run the clock out. Don't put the defense back on the field. We fumble the football because we're reaching for the ball instead of taking a handoff the way you're supposed to take a handoff. The turnovers. There's no excuse for them, and it's hard to win a ball game when we've got 2 and against us, and they've got none. One.
Tyner had the one interception.
Oh yeah. Now I do think that we should have had 2 more.
Yeah, did Will not come up with that ball?
Yeah, they said he was down, but the kid didn't have possession of the ball. I don't care if he's laying on the ground or not. He didn't have possession of the ball. And then the other one, the ball bounces on the ground. The running back falls down, and we catch it on the bounce and are standing there with the ball, and they said he was down. But the ball clearly bounced on the ground while the kid was on the ground. So, he didn't have the ball. It was out. It wasn't pretty, that's for sure. And we got a long way to go, and things are fixing to get real tough, in our district. Greenwood, is having a nice year, and I'm imagining, has got a really nice team. And then it's on to Barron, who's, had the best year they've ever had in school history last year. And
they lost tonight, so they're going to be angry. Against Monroe, they lost tonight.
Okay. So I think they might be 2-2 like us, because they lost to Glasgow as well. So we just got to keep working, keep getting better. The one thing I'll say is, Ethan Mudd is a machine. The yards that he had tonight were man's yards. Running right up the middle on our –
I thought he was going to take Jake with him sometimes.
Yep, our midline game. He hits it so hard. He's low to the ground. He's strong. And, he was a key tonight for sure. It just probably late there in the game, I might have been more wise to put him back at tailback and try to throw somebody in front of him just because of the maturity. He's a senior instead of putting a sophomore back there. But, heck, Buster, breaks a tackle in the end zone there and doesn't give up a safety. And we, are marching down the field and eating up the clock. And but, we put one on the ground in an untimely time, but we were able to overcome that. Here we are, 2-2, I guess.
Mudd was exactly the question I was going to go, because and I seemingly bring it up every time. We think back to a couple of years ago. Mason was just a guy that he wasn't going to lose. He was going to leave it all out there on the field. And what can players like Jamison Buster or even Trig Payne, who's a sophomore who doesn't play the same position as Ethan, but what can they learn from, or what do you hope they learn from a guy like Ethan?
I think grit, and how to play the game. Ethan comes to practice. I bet he doesn't say 10 words. He goes through his drills. He works hard. He's drenched in sweat when we get done. He sprints off the practice field to get changed and go to work. Just to be honest with you, he's a great example of how to live your life and just work hard and good things will come your way. And and you know, he's a huge piece of our offense. I know that. And you know, we were able to get back to some of our option stuff with him, with their even front, and it was big. I mean, we run that 17-play drive. I don't know how many touches he had in that, but it was quite a few. And so it, you know, the thing that I would hope that they learn is just his maturity, his grit, his tenacity, his toughness, and you know, how to go about business, work hard, be a good person, and you know, eventually that's going to pay off. And you know, Ethan's been a guy that's been around for 4 years, and he's done just that. He's worked hard, and you know, he's having a really, really nice year. And it might not always show up necessarily in the stat line, but he's the cornerstone right now, in my opinion. So I'm ecstatic to see it for him, and hopefully we can continue to get better, and you know, get some more wins for that senior group, and you know, have a chance to play in November.
How did you think the physicality went?
I thought we were better this week than we had been. You know, I'd be curious to see it back on film, but I felt like we hit much harder.
Matthew McAllister, when I first came in there, he laid a lick.
Yep. And I mean, you know, I felt like for the first time, kind of, maybe since Edmondson for sure, you know, we made some hits and their guys were a little slow to get up. You know, I saw some of our offensive linemen running blocks down the field, moving the line of scrimmage, but we got to get more of that, and that's what I talked about after the game, is consistency. We got to be more consistent with those kind of things, and so it was an improvement, but you know, it's going to have to be more consistent and be who we are and what we do if we're going to compete the next couple of weeks in this district.
Yeah, one thing I was going to ask about is that on that 17-play drive, I wrote down here that when you went for it on 4th and 2 or 3 there on our side of the field, and I told him, I said I would do that here, and I said I thought that was a big momentum boost.
Yeah, yeah. You know, we went for it a couple times on 4th down, and maybe a couple of them we shouldn't have, but you know, that's kind of always been my personality. You know, I think if you look at statistics of, you know, how much somebody scores from certain areas of the field and stuff, and it's 4th and short, you know, I think I'm not a big analytics guy by any means, but you know, I think if you looked at the stats of it, I mean, you're probably, there's a bigger gain from going for it than there is to punting the ball, and I think especially at that point, you know, we got Hanshaw there behind Emud. You know, I like to think that we're going to get a couple of yards every snap. And, you know, I don't know that we had very many negative plays as far as getting tackled in the backfield. So it just, like I said, it's kind of always been me from back when I was very young as a play caller to kind of risk that. And so it paid off for sure in that drive, going for it. And like I said, I think you're 100% right. I think it was a momentum boost for us. You know, I think as a lineman, you know, I think those guys feed off of those 4th and short, and we get just enough push to get through there and pick up the first down. The chains keep moving. I think, you know, that builds and energizes them to win in those situations. And so I was happy to see that for sure.
Next week, you go to Greenwood. I just saw they lose tonight in overtime to Logan County, 22-21. Logan looks like got the ball second, went for 2, got it. That's how they won the game. I did see, too, Warren Central is 58-45 over Warren East. There's a score for you. That's football, too. They're not playing basketball down there, at least that I'm aware of.
That surprises me quite a bit, to be honest with you. Worries me a little bit. You know, I know they've got athletes everywhere, and they got a quarterback with an extremely strong arm. I've seen him a little bit. You know, I've seen them. They must be really getting things going there, because I seen them early. I think they scrimmaged Butler. They scrimmaged Edmondson, I believe. And so we've seen some of that. And, they did some decent things, threw the ball around pretty well, but I would have never guessed that they're doing that kind of stuff. So,
but Greenwood next week.
Yep.
How do you, with some of the things that'll happen this week as a result of this game, how do you go in there and try and open up 1-0 in district play?
We've got to work on us first and foremost. There's got to be a intentional, conscious effort for self-improvement on our part, because if we don't fix some of the things that we're doing as mistakes, then it won't matter what they do. So that's got to be the point of emphasis, and we started on some of that this past week. We saw a little improvement, so hopefully we keep building towards that of improvement. And like I said, there's just got to be an intentional effort every day when I walk out on the practice field that I'm going to get better at something. And so if we can do that, then we'll go down there and give them what we got. And we used to play them when I first got here. We played them in the playoffs early on when I first had taken over, maybe year 2 or so, and went down there. And Jaron
at quarterback.
Yep, we lost.
How many snaps did he take in a quarterback his career? 0?
Those were the only ones.
Yeah.
But we lost Hunter Felty to a broken collarbone pretty early in the game, and had to kind of survive to halftime and put Jaron back there, and he threw a couple touchdowns, to keep the score somewhat respectable. And but I know they're talented, and so I'll be real interested to kind of see them on film against Logan, because Logan does some similar things that we do, the spread type stuff and whatnot. So that should be a good film for us. But I know that Greenwood's back in an odd front. I think they play a 3-4, and so that gave us problems. The last little bit when we got an odd front. Anderson County went to it in the second half, and we didn't do real well against it. And then we saw it the whole entire time against McLean and didn't do real well against it. So we'll have to look at the game plan of things that maybe was good against those teams and the things that weren't, and adjust accordingly, because that's kind of what I expect to see against them. But I know they're going to be hard-nosed. They're always a real physical team, probably one of the more physical groups out of the Warren County. I know Bowling Green typically beats them, but I think, back remembering when we were in that district, Greenwood probably beat you up worse. Bowling Green, has got some finesse to them and that kind of stuff.
They always say that about Kentucky football in the SEC,
yep,
where they might not be the best team, but they're going to beat you up.
Yep, and so we got to have a good week, that's for sure.
You mentioned Hunter Felty, too. I want to make sure I give him a huge shout-out. He's back home, right? Yes. I know a member of your family with him and Noah. Give them a huge shout-out as well. I'm sure you're happy to hear that.
Yep.
Hunter, great kid.
Yep,
great kid.
Absolutely. He was something, someone we're proud of that came through this program, and the way he is, matured through the program and then into his young adult life, and, how he has handled the adversity that came their way with their young baby is, been impressive to see. Yep, very, very impressive to see, and something as a coach, a lot of times you develop relationships with these guys that are kind of father-son-like, and it makes me very proud to see, how he has went through the last couple of years.
Coach, I appreciate it. Congrats on the win. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
That's head coach Brian Jones. More on the Fifth Quarter Show comes up after this.
Are you looking for the best building materials in Leitchfield? Look no further than Future Designs Building Materials. The builder's choice on Quarry Road has everything you need to build your dream home. Jim writes, "I'm so glad I came to Future Designs for my new roof. The staff was so helpful and knowledgeable, and they made sure I got the right materials for my needs. Thanks, Jim." Future Designs is more than just a building materials store. Future Designs Building Materials on Quarry Road in Leitchfield. FDBM.net.
Building on experience.
I crave adventures that spark joy and create memories. Sailing the seas with Royal Caribbean or exploring the magic of Disney parks. And with your global getaway, my dreams are expertly crafted. From all-inclusive Caribbean resorts to tailor-made itineraries, Mark turns wanderlust into reality. Why settle for ordinary when you can have extraordinary?
Your global getaway. Expertise in unforgettable vacations. Call Mark at 270-296-0106 or visit yourglobalgetaway.com. Start living your travel dreams today.
Yes, start living your travel dreams today.
Paying for your student's college can feel overwhelming. Scholarships and grants help, but they might not cover everything. That's where the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan comes in. With competitive low interest rates and no application, late, or other fees, the Kentucky Advantage Parent Loan offers a smooth and affordable solution. Owned and managed by a state-based nonprofit lender, we're committed to helping families like yours. Apply today and take the next step in supporting their dreams. Visit KentuckyAdvantageLoan.com or call 800-988-6333 to learn more.
When you give blood, you give life. And when you give life, you change lives. Make a life-saving impact by donating blood with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, your hometown partner. As the sole supplier of blood products needed in Grayson County, your donation ensures a stable and adequate blood supply for you, your family, friends, and your neighbors. You are the hero when you give. Feel the power of community and compassion in every drop. Give life and change lives with Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center. Life is on the line.
Cougar football on K105.
Cougars win tonight by the final score of 15-14 thanks to Coach Jones. Do you hear me now?
I hear you
There we
now.
go. That's always your little knob there to
Okay.
work at. It's not usual that people want to be able to hear me. We're going to join you back in the booth here. John, we got to give out we got to give out our hometown hangout MVP, and then we also got to give away the K105 play of the game. We're only doing that for wins, for the play of the game, at least for right now. Let's start with the play of the game. I'll do this one. You do the MVP.
Okay.
How's this sound? The play of the game. There were a couple that went, but I thought defensively, early on in that second half, Butler County gets dropped deep in their own territory, and they throw a ball up, and Caden Tyner intercepts it. And I think that play right there was huge because then Grayson goes down and scores a touchdown on that next drive. And because of that, Caden Tyner's interception is going to be our K105 play of the game here from tonight. John, our hometown hangout MVP, it really was tough not to give it to this guy, so we had to give it to him.
It was tough, but Ethan Mudd tonight, 13 carries, 77 yards. Anytime you get a guy average almost 6 yards a carry, running it up the middle, that's impressive.
Especially your fullback.
Yes, your fullback. Yeah.
And Ethan is, as you heard Coach Jones say, as selfless of a player as you can.
Hard-working kid.
I know we just did give a shout-out, though, too, but huge shout-out to Hunter Felty and his family. John, I know that obviously family to you.
Yeah.
Noah, we're looking forward to seeing you at a game here real soon.
Hopefully soon.
He might be taking your job
as
a color analyst.
He may, but hopefully we get him here to a game soon and get him to come up here and visit us. And
I'd love that.
Watching him ring that bell was pretty awesome.
Awesome. Shout out to Noah. Shout out to Hunter. Shout out to Michaela. Right.
Yeah.
We're proud, and like Coach Jones says, that family is admirable.
They are. Tough, awful young to go through something that tough in life.
There's not an age.
No.
I mean, it would be tough for you.
Exactly.
It'd be tough for me. It'd be tough for
I can't imagine being 21, 22-year-old and having to go through that, though.
Admirable.
It is.
So huge shout-out to them. Huge shout-out to the Cougars who pick up the win here tonight after Butler County misses the field goal with 40 seconds left. That'll wrap up our coverage here today. You got to give a huge shout-out to our K105 crew. We had a full house here tonight. We had Addison Parker. We had Zach Jack. We had Garen Johnson. And we do also have to say the one Mr. Simon Drain is leaving us after tonight. Breck picked up a win in football tonight, so he's running off into the sunset with that. So thanks to Simon for a good year-plus working with us. He turned into a major member of our crew. He has terrible taste in teams. I mean, I don't know that it could be much worse.
No, he's a U of L fan. I'll give you a break.
I'm telling you there, John. That's part of the reason that his NFL team, it could not be worse.
No, I agree with that.
Could not be worse than that. He's not a baseball guy, I don't think. I guess he kind of likes the Dodgers. I mean, he could be a St. Louis fan or something.
Could be worse, or a Cubs fan.
Yeah, Pirates. It doesn't get good. But, okay, Cougars win today. I don't like him nodding his head when I mention Pirates. He better not be a Pirates fan.
He may be since he's a Steelers fan. He may be.
That'll wrap us up here tonight. So shout out to our K105 crew. So for John Decker on a night where Grayson County gets back to 2-2 with a 15-14 win, this is Sam Gormley saying so long, everyone.
This is Grayson County Cougar football on K105.
Tonight's Cougar football contest is sponsored by Future Designs Building Materials, Midway Pharmacy, Owensboro Health Twin Lakes Medical Center, Scotty's Contracting, and Stone. Western Kentucky Regional Blood Center, your global getaway, and by Grayson County Schools.